wrapped around your soul with no control. You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I'll run, I'll hide. Darkness always clouds my mind. Now look behind. It's moving closer every time. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. Darkness, my old friend, you get me till that's the end. At the end. Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. Darkness, my old friend, you get me. See you at the end.
What's going on, folks? What's going on? What's going on? Saturday night. A little rainy here in Georgia. How about you guys? Let's say hello to some folks in the chat here. The Yid Kid. I'm on. What's going on? JJ Tub, big up Will. Bob is in the house. Yunez, long time no see. And we are back for a new season of pre and post match rant sessions. That is correct. That is correct. I'm going to throw that link into the chat. If you want to come on and have your say, all you need is a phone. Don't need a camera. Or any of that other stuff. Just click the link and jump on in. I'm going to pin that link to the top. 안녕하세요. Matt Hayes is in the chat. You're up late, mate. What are you doing? 2 in the a.m. Can you guys hear the rainy music? Sometimes the music's not coming through for some reason on stream. Let's hypen this up a little bit. Enough of that rainy, sad stuff. Not much better. Not much better either. There you go. Cool, David. Sweet. Ooh, Matty Hayes is sorting out some special guests for Monday. Mr. Matt. Good deal, Scott. It wasn't earlier this week. I'm starting to get the things ironed out a little bit. Something's going on. I'm getting error messages when I used to. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm trying to run 2 cameras at once and my computer can't handle it. We'll see when I start to try to run 3. But right now it's doing all right. I'm doing well. Before we get rolling here, the link is up pinned to the top. If people want to jump on the stream, you are welcome to do so. Man City tomorrow. It's going to be a crazy one. What's going to happen? FPL wise, that Man City or the Man United game was unexpected. Still got a decent score. I still have 8 players, or only 8 of my 11 have played. So I've got quite a bit of four guys left to play. So should be all right. I think we're sitting on like 52, 60. I can't remember what it was on the live FPL score. But not so bad. Some people in the group are like sitting on 87 points, but they've got 10 or 11 players to play, so or have already played. If you had both Fernandez and Mo Salah in your are you doing laundry?
I'm not a fan on. Let me turn that off. Is that better?
Yes, a little bit.
I apologize. How are you, Mr. Stewart?
I'm doing good.
Good to hear. You're talking about your FPL there. You're definitely doing better than me.
Yeah, up until Salah had, a goal and 2 assists, I wasn't doing that great, to be honest with you. Fernandez, wow, hat trick. First.
Oh. My decision was, I was trying to decide whether I'd captain Fernandez or Salah, and I went with Salah.
So did I. I changed it at the last minute. I had Fernandez in the team, had him captained, pulled him out, put Salah in.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Just give it up and back it in.
That was a rough one. But, I figured it was Leeds. I figured Leeds United, right? It's going to be a rivalry. That Leeds is going to be, that they're going to be coming after it. And boy, was it the other way around.
Complete opposite.
5-1, I was not expecting. I was expecting Man United to win. I was expecting maybe Fernandez might get, 1, 2 attacking returns tops. And hat trick at that. So,
yeah.
I think it was only like base points. It was only like 3 points more than Mo Salah or something like that. Not including the bonuses, but including the bonuses, it's a little bit bigger difference. But
yeah, well, look, it's a long old season.
That's right. FPL is not about it's about the long haul, not about one match thing. So people, you should not make, if you're picking your players based on fixtures, and by fixtures I mean like fixtures out 3 and 4 weeks in advance. Don't go making knee-jerk reactions and taking hits just because you thought, you know, it didn't go well this week. Because I mean, I'm sitting right now and I don't think there's any players that I really need to switch out for next week fixture-wise. So, like, picking team here, I've got my goalkeeper is against Watford, although they scored far more goals. And I didn't see them beating Villa either.
I didn't either, especially as convincingly well up until the end. But yeah. I haven't seen any highlights or anything. I heard there was a few good goals in that game.
Yeah, there was. Leon Bailey had a good assist. But, I mean, other than that, Villa was pretty flat, to be honest with you.
Well, that's what they get for selling their best player. Will it be us in 2 weeks? God.
Yeah, and then like Aman here, he's sitting at 86 points. He had both. He didn't have any Spurs players in his lineup. He's hardcore, right? He's doing it the way you should.
Yeah.
Right, and he's sitting on 86 points. He's in first place in my league right now. So
not bad, man.
And he had both Fernandez and Salah, and I think he had Fernandez captained and Salah in the team. So
I have my own subscribers league, and it's going in my own league. I'm 218th.
I tried to get in your league, but I did it right at the last minute, and then it was locked out.
Yeah, I closed it before the game week started because I didn't want people joining in a few weeks after because they'd be just further down on the table.
Yeah.
I might open it again though because Marcelo and David didn't get in.
Yeah,
so
if you do open it up, let me know. I'll jump in there.
I definitely will. I will.
But I tried to do it right at deadline, and it was updating the system, so I couldn't get in. So I was like, Bob is here.
Look who it is.
Oh, Matt! I didn't realise I was going to be with royalty tonight.
Yeah, Mr. Matty Hayes.
Oh, Matt! Oh, see, how you doing, mate? Sorry, I didn't see you. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Right, I'm off, lads. I'll talk to you. Clearly not wanted to.
Yeah, but fixture-wise, I think the hardest fixture my team has right now is Leicester, which isn't that tough of a. They weren't as convincing. They won, but they weren't as convincing today as I thought they were going to be.
What was the score in that game? This is what happened.
1-0, I think.
1-0.
God.
Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, Jamie Vardy.
Oh, of course it was Vardy.
But yeah, I had him in my team, and he has West Ham. That could be a tough one for Vardy. But I might switch out Cresswell because that is I don't think that game is going to be a clean sheet. But I thought Aston Villa was going to get a clean sheet, and that didn't happen. So Watford was looking far better than I thought. The Norwich game went as expected. That was the only game for me that really went as expected.
Yeah. God, I don't like Liverpool.
But yeah, I mean, what's his name there? Aman here. He's got. Let's see. He's sitting there in first place or second place. Aman's in second place. Gary Jones is in first place with 87 points. But he had two Liverpool defenders, Salah captain, Fernandez vice captain, Greenwood, Ings. So I mean, he was hitting sixes and sevens and eights all across the.
Ings got a penalty. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a good team.
Is that why he's showing off?
And Alejandro sitting on 80 points. He had Richarlison, who had 11. I had Calvert-Lewin. He got 7 points, but there's a lot of stuff. But with FPL, it is the long haul that matters. Right?
Yeah.
As long as you're hitting 60 plus a week, you're doing good. When you get into those double game weeks, that's what I was telling Kirst in the chat. She had a really good score too, but she used her triple captainship already, and I was like,
"Oh,
it worked on Bruno though."
Yeah, on Bruno,
you got lucky with that.
If you had a triple captain Bruno this week, you probably wouldn't have gotten very many more points in a double game week. But it just depends on what the fixtures are. You could have Manchester United playing Norwich and somebody else in a double game week. You know what I mean?
Well, mate, you're gonna have to stop this Norwich. I've been told to tell you how to say the name properly. It's Norwich.
There's no
silent W.
No,
silent W. Norwich.
Yeah, we do. We like sandwiches from Norwich.
No, you don't.
Mr. DP has ordered me to teach you how to say Norwich properly. That's Norwich.
Norwich.
No W. Norwich, that's the one. You happy, Mr. DP?
So don't itch.
That's it, yeah. Where are you? That probably means
Norwich.
Norwich. Norwich.
I was saying
suppose
Norwich.
Mr.
I was saying
DP has
Norwich.
got a
So annoy people.
But I have to say, I am American, and we do have more native English speakers than all the other native English-speaking countries combined. So therefore, mine is the predominantly spoken
Everyone
dialect.
in Norwich has got it wrong. Everyone in the UK have got it wrong.
Yeah.
That's fine, mate.
Everybody in the world except for the United States has it wrong.
That's it. Everyone but Will.
Will is always right. Will wins.
Amon says I can have a better defense, in my opinion. I could have a better defense. I just don't like spending a lot of money on defenders, personally. I like, you have to
Spurs.
see that I build wealth pretty quick. I think I had almost 110 million pounds at the end of last season in my that I could build my squad with.
Not
So
bad.
I do play the money game, which allowed me to have 4 heavy hitters at the end of the season, and it really does help. So
See, I usually give up by game week 6, probably.
no, you gotta keep going through, man. You gotta keep going through.
It's
gonna be doing
really
at least-
disheartening when I'm coming out of game weeks with like 17 points. Well, I just can't keep it going because that happens consistently.
Hey, watch. We're going to be doing 2 videos a week here on the channel on FPL. Just follow that along. Follow the tips. I'll be getting tips from the guys that I watch on YouTube and passing that information along. LiveFPL.net is great. I was looking earlier today and I saw it had like 30 something. When I went on LiveFPL.net, it said I had 50 something. So I was like, oh, cool. I'm good. I'm good.
I should
Keeps you
check
from
that
stressing
because
out. So
I'm in a lot of leagues this year, and I need to not finish in the relegation zone in at least one of them. That's my goal.
yeah.
That's my goal.
That'd
I
be
feel like
great.
Arsenal. Ew.
But
Aim high.
we
Aim high, mate. Aim high.
got quite a few people. I mean, for a channel with only 1,000 subscribers, I think we have something like we got 35 people in here.
Nice.
Yeah, not bad.
Nice.
And I'm like 100 or 1,026, and we are Tottenham TVs. I don't even know how many people they have. It doesn't even go down that far.
I've got 457 in mine. It's one of my proudest accomplishments.
Yeah, that's a big one too. And I was sitting like top 10K before, they calculated bonus points and stuff like that. But I still have $1 million left in the bank. And let me see what players I have who might jump up in price.
Answer to your question, Will
Calvert Lewin may jump up in
Maddo.
price.
Maddo, yes, we are going to win tomorrow.
Are we?
Will Maddo is here. Everybody else too. I can turn this off now. I forgot what was on. If you want to jump on the show, just click the link and jump on in. You guys are welcome to do that. Everybody's welcome to jump on and have a chit chat with us. How you guys doing, man? It's been a long time since I've been on a stream with you lads.
Well, normally sleepyhead by now, but I've just literally finished my stream about
Yeah,
half an
35
hour
minutes
ago. Yeah, so yeah, I'll be honest with you. Had a nice dyer, and I thought I'd pop on afterwards. Say,
Yeah, that's good. You don't need to wake up
so
early
just played-
tomorrow.
a bit of catch up.
I do need to wake up early tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing.
What time you got to wake up? You got work tomorrow?
Yeah, well, I haven't got work till 2, but I've got to be up at 9:30, which is 7 hours from now.
Well, you're not going to miss a match, are you, Matt? Surely.
Yeah, I'm missing the match.
You're joking.
I'm not. My boss hates me, Bobby, and I don't know why.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm used to it at this stage. Oh, I missed the 6-1 against United last year.
Oh my god! You need a
Missed.
different job, mate.
Well, to be fair, my job's pretty cool.
Okay.
If I'm going to miss a Spurs game for something, I think I'm happy with what I've got.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and Reload asked here, since I've Goondwin, do you want a 5-4 win or something tomorrow? That'd be nice, right? With Goondwin with 4 and Sun with 4, that'd be great.
I'd take that.
Yeah, that would put me in on almost 100 points, probably. If that happens. But no, I mean, I just have him in there because I can't not have a City attacker in there. And right now, he looks like the one who's most locked on. I think it's going to take Grealish a little bit of time to bed in.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be. I mean, he may get a couple assists or something tomorrow like that. I mean, who knows though? I didn't think Pogba was going to have 4 assists, and Fernandez was. I tell you right now, anybody who captain Pogba would have been way up there because that's a differential right there, man. I don't think that many people had Pogba in their team. It's probably who the guy is at on 139. No, he didn't have Pogba either, but what he did do is triple captain Fernandez. 60 points.
People who did that just got lucky.
Yeah, you get people that do that. A lot of times you never see that particular person, do well. But their team is pretty set up well. I mean, they had Alonso who had 15, Rudiger 6, Tomiyasu, Barnes. To be honest with you, I didn't think Chelsea was going to win as easily as they did.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I personally think there's been no surprises today. The only surprise really is Villa losing really against the newly promoted Watford. I'm not surprised by Man United winning 5-1. They beat them 6-2 last season, and I think with the way Leeds play, I think there was every chance with Man United's firepower if they managed to turn it on and score. I don't think there's really been any surprises, like I say, apart from Watford turning over Villa with their signings that they've made, and 3-2 flattered Villa. So no, I think
though, I didn't think they would turn.
Sorry,
turn Leeds over 5-1 first week of the season.
Yeah, I mean they play a high press and they're a fit team. So if there's any time, they're not going to be up to scratch. It's probably the first game of the season. They were missing Calvin Phillips as well, who we've seen how good he is for England. So no, it's no surprise to me, mate. If I'm honest with you, I think I mentioned it in one of the streams. I thought Man United, there's every chance Man United might score 4. So for them to win by 5-1, yeah, Leeds. I think Brian Daigle said it. I think they might suffer from the second season syndrome. They're gonna play that I don't give a shit football again, and I think teams have probably figured them out this season. It was a surprise last season, even when everyone knew how they were going to play. They hadn't played them before, so it was a new team, new personnel, new way of playing. So yeah, I think Brentford will be this season's Leeds, and I think we saw that in the first game. The way they pressed Arsenal 2-0, 2-0. The way they pressed Arsenal was brilliant, and I think that might catch a few teams by surprise. But Leeds aren't the unknown anymore, and if they're going to play like they played last season, I think there will be a lot of teams who will figure out how to play against them. So yeah, don't be surprised if you see Leeds in a relegation fight, in my opinion.
Think?
Yeah.
Relegation.
Yeah. I think they'll okay, not relegation, but certainly they won't be doing as well as last season. I'll put it this way: I wouldn't be surprised if they were, around the bottom of the league, getting thrashed by the better teams. Because, like I say, last season, although people knew how they were playing, it was the first time they were facing them, and teams would have learned from that. So, like I say, I wasn't surprised. I think the big guns will look forward. Let's be honest. Last season, we were looking forward. We went a bit tits up when we played them at their ground, but certainly at our stadium, we were looking forward to playing against Leeds because we knew we could get the better of them. But at home, they might have, and with the Leeds crowd there as well. But I do think there'll be a lot of teams who would have figured out how to play against them, because I don't think Bielsa's a sort to change his tactics per opponent. I think his teams are going to go out the way they played last season. They carried it on today. And I'll say it's the second season syndrome, which is the harder one, because like I keep on saying, the opposition will know how to play against them a bit better.
I think
quality.
I think the thing with Leeds is you can know how they're going to play and all that, but you just 99% of the time teams aren't going to be able to match that physical and sort of energy they put into that game. Because I'm sure we've all seen the stats of how far their players ran and this and that, and their double training sessions. The Pochettino even took off Bielsa. But I do think that it won't be as good as last season. When I was speaking to a few Leeds fans recently, Joe Wayneman from Just Joe Football Show, a friend of mine, and he was saying Leeds are going to finish above Tottenham, and I laughed at him for 20 minutes because they're a good side and they have these good players, but I think they have this sort of big club syndrome, if that's even what you can call it, because they haven't been in the Premier League in 20 years. They've won half decent season, and all of a sudden they think they're going to challenge for Europe. But second season syndrome is very much a thing, and I don't think it will affect them as much as other clubs. But the idea of them pushing on and progressing season on season just isn't going to happen. Especially when you look at the top four, I think is set in stone. How far ahead they are of everyone else. And I think you have the Tottenhams, the Leicesters, Arsenal, Everton. You could even put into that bracket, and then you have the next group of kind of established Premier League teams who won't be challenging that high, like Wolves and West Ham and all that. And it's just about Leeds finding where they fall in there. And I just don't think they're at the level of a Tottenham and a Leicester, given the signings that we have made and could potentially make. I don't think they'll be in a relegation battle. But even talking to a Leeds fan today in work, he was obviously giving out about the United game, and he was saying it could just be anywhere between 8th and 16th. But he does think it's going to be that kind of mediocre middle ground. They can maybe try build on again next season. But
did Leeds have any good signings this summer? I haven't even paid attention to Leeds.
They have signed. Well, they had a player from loan for 3 seasons. And he was on loan, but they officially signed him last season. Harrison
from Man City. Yeah, that's become permanent, and I believe they made one more.
They got Junior Firpo from Barcelona.
He made his second half debut, didn't he, today?
He did come on at halftime. Yeah, I don't know how good he is. I mean, if Barcelona let him go at the age he's at, there must be too much potential there. But he's better than Edgen Alioski. I can tell you that for nothing.
Yeah.
But why do you think they didn't do more business in the transfer window? Leeds.
He doesn't like a big squad. He doesn't like a big squad, does he, Bielsa?
No.
Not many players went out, so he's not going to bring. He doesn't like a big squad. He'll have just the whatever he needs. He's renowned to have 1-year contract and a small squad to work with.
But you need something to refresh it up. I mean, they could do with a little better. I mean, Rafinha's good and stuff like that, but they could do with another attacking player.
Yeah.
Do you think I'll ask this question earlier. Do you think it's disrespectful a bit that Bielsa's still not doing his interviews in English?
No.
I only asked this because one of my Leeds mates said to me, they lost it, and I'll be honest, I'll text him first, take the piss out of him, saying, what a result. And he said, oh, yeah. I go, well, it'll be interesting to see what Bielsa said. And he goes, I don't give a shit, because we never hear from Bielsa. We never hear that passion. We never hear how he feels directly from the horse's mouth. We can't relate to it because it's always done via an interpreter. So he goes, there's many Leeds fans who have never seen his post-match or pre-match interviews because he goes, we can't relate to it. The rumor is that he can speak English very well. He just doesn't want to be caught out. But he goes, I'd rather take a wrong word. I'd rather take him messing up his English, but I'd rather hear from him. He used the word disrespectful. He goes, I think he's being a bit disrespectful towards Leeds fans by not speaking directly to us. And he's been there 2 seasons. So that's the reason why I ask. And it did make me think, if Pochettino was still here and after 2 years he was still talking to us via interpreter, just wondered would we see it the same light? I probably would,
I think that was one of the clauses in not in his contract, but kind of one of those gentleman's agreements when he came from Southampton. But he did all his interviews there in Spanish, and it was translated and stuff. But I think he was told, coming to Tottenham, you're not doing that. Like, you need to speak to the fans and speak English, and he did, thankfully. But I mean, if it is a case of Bielsa not being able to speak English enough, obviously that's understandable. But how long is this his 4th year now at Leeds?
Yeah,
a man of his intelligence probably should have picked up the language by now. I can see where the Leeds fans are coming from, especially after a Derby Day defeat like this. You want to be able to relate to the manager and know that he's feeling how you're feeling. But on the flip side, he's brought them from this meme team in the Championship to what they are now. So, yeah, I suppose he probably deserves a bit of slack.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys have talked about the topic, but did you guys see the fights that were going through with the Manchester United fans and the Leeds fan?
Yeah.
That was horrific.
There was kids in that restaurant, man, and young women and mums, and there's no place for it. And you know what? We can shout as English fans and British fans. We can sit here and say, this, it's taken out of context. The English hooligan stigma it shouldn't be there anymore, and it takes some minority idiots to spoil all of that, and that what you've seen. Well, there's an example, Dan. You've seen it, mate. Everyone in the world's would have seen it, and unfortunately, some people watch that and just say typical English fans. That's the sad thing about it.
That means United Leeds, right? That's like one of the
it's a fierce rival, mate. Of course, it's a fierce rival.
But even between the North London derby, I see some fans that absolutely fantastic. I mean, when we saw Saka come on, the applause that he got.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, this fears me, but there's an echo.
I think
the echo's gone now. But I honestly think that if Saka would have come on and he would have been a Manchester United player, that Leeds United would have not given the round of applause.
No, there's no chance. I think if it was Arsenal v Chelsea, I don't think that's wrong. I just provide stick from Chelsea fans, but there are many clubs out there who may not have. But the fact is, we've set precedent now. Arsenal player has come on, and Spurs supporters, there was not a single Arsenal supporter there, clapped him. But with regards to the North London derby, I have been to, I would say, about 16 North London derbies, 15, 16 North London derbies, and hand on heart, I've not seen any trouble. Maybe I've been lucky, I've stayed away from it. Of course, you find out later on that there has been a bit of trouble, but me personally I have never witnessed, and I think Bob Spur Jr., 3, 4, 5. So he's been to about 4. He's been to about 4 North London derbies and never seen any trouble.
Isn't that because like the people up in the north are a little bit harder than the people in London, right? I mean,
yeah, maybe. Again, without putting a stigma to it, that they seem to be a bit hard nuts. But mate, there's no need for it. There's no need. We've been over a year without fans in the stadium. It should be a celebration. We saw the way Brentford celebrated, yesterday, and it was such a big occasion, and it should have been that, rather than thinking, oh look, we'll finally get some fights out of the way now because we've not had it for a year and a bit. It just leaves a sour taste. But how brilliant it was to see, Arsenal fans missing out on fans and celebrations and the atmosphere, and for the first time back, and they had to leave with about 10 minutes to go. It was brilliant to see.
What's going on, Abdul?
It's going good. How before I started, my internet okay? Like, do I seem laggy or anything like that, or no?
No, you don't see any laggy. There might be a little bit of a some background noise, but other than that, you're good. Not a whole lot though.
All right, because lately my internet's been kind of wonky. But how are you guys doing?
Oh,
good, man. Good.
Brilliant.
Yeah, man. I know, Bob. So I know for you right now, it's like damn near like
10 to 3. 10 to 3 in the morning, mate. It's commitment. That's commitment for you.
Yeah, that's commitment on behalf of everybody here, man. And even you, Matt Hayes, too. I know you're on the other side of the pond, So
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Also, Matt Hayes, my first time probably speaking to you. I love your content. I appreciate the work that you do. Every time, it's like every time I just look to you because you're always quick with the Spurs updates, whether it's transfer rumors or whatever goes on. So, we appreciate your work, seriously.
Thank you. I appreciate that as well. It's my pleasure.
Also, I don't know if you guys answered this, because I just came home just 20 minutes ago. But in terms of the injury news tomorrow for Man City. I'm pretty sure Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden are both out, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you guys expect the starting 11 to be? Do you guys have more hope now? Like, because we for sure have a better chance now of getting a point now, especially with Phil Foden and KDB not being there. But what do you expect like their starting 11 would be?
I don't necessarily know if that's exactly true because De Bruyne was out missing, injured for most of their big run that they had last season, and it was Gundogan that punished teams. I mean, he was scoring braces and stuff like that, like they were.
And they didn't have Grealish back then.
Yeah, but Grealish on the left, Gundogan in the middle, Mahrez on the right. Striker wise, I mean, you still have Gabriel Jesus. I mean, he's never been a big contributor anyway.
I think Ferran Torres is going to start.
And then defensively, they're pretty much the same. So I don't see it being a walkover just because there's no De Bruyne and Foden. I really don't.
It's obviously not going to be a walkover, but it's an easier task.
Who do you expect the pivot to be in the midfield if you have Gundogan up top, like in the number 10?
They have lots of different people that can fill that spot. I mean, Gundogan played as the attacking midfielder for a lot of the season. Let's see.
You have Fernandinho, you have Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, but like, if I'm coming into if I'm facing Man City and they have like a Fernandinho and like Rodri, I feel like it's not as free flowing as because when they have Gundogan in the pivot, it's just disgusting because he's too press resistant. He's just too silky in the midfield. But I mean, they are gonna have like Rodri and Fernandinho. If they do start it off, yeah, they'll be very tough defensively. But again, if you're Tottenham, we're not looking to really score. We're trying to hold a 0-0 lead, or maybe try to nick one on the break. So,
I mean, you've got Fernandinho, Rodri, in that double pivot with Gundogan playing in the number 10 spot. Torres might even be operating as like a false 9. Mahrez, Jack Grealish.
I have no fear for Ferran Torres at the number 9. The false 9. I have no.
Famous last words as a Spurs fan.
I know. I don't. Even last time when we faced Ferran Torres, didn't Sergio Reguilon lock him up? But that was like in the first half when he was going crazy. But still, I don't. Yeah. Ferran Torres has yet to show me anything. To be honest, he has great potential.
So basically, Ederson, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Cancelo, Gundogan, Rodri, Fernandinho, Mahrez, Torres, Grealish.
I don't think they go with Fernandinho and Rodri. Like Relo there is just saying in the chat, Grealish could play in that left centre midfield role. And I would expect City to go with 2 more attacking midfielders and having one kind of anchor in there. And the way they play with their back 4 is that left back essentially goes up and plays as a left centre midfielder. Used to be Zinchenko, used to be Fabian Delph, it's Cancelo now. And when they played us last season at the Tottenham Stadium, I know perhaps they're going to take, hopefully, a more expansive approach, but out of possession, they effectively played a 3-2-5.
Who do you have out playing on the left?
What's that?
Who do you have out playing on the left attacking-wise?
It could be Sterling, it could be Torres. That front 3.
Out.
Oh, is he out?
Yeah.
Well, he could put Ferran Torres out on the left, Mahrez on the right.
Sterling's available, but apparently he's got a knock. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's not gonna play.
It could be like,
this is the perfect time to play Man City, to be honest.
Yeah, that's another thing.
This is the perfect time, to be honest.
It's still a tough team, though.
It's still a tough team. Even if you're facing their teenagers, man, you'll struggle.
You can't overlook the fact that they have got 2 very good players out. But personally, I just want to beat them motherfuckers anyway, because
we're beating them with a good strong side.
We've got a good record against them, but I'm sorry, for me right now, I hate them more than Arsenal.
Yeah, same here.
The way Pep's been going on, first of all, calling out our player in the media, Harry Kane, great, we want to buy him, blah blah blah, and then a week later saying, I don't want to talk about Kane, who's a Tottenham player. I've got a lot of respect for Kane, who's a Tottenham player, so I don't really wish to speak about Kane, because last time when I spoke about Kane, he mentioned Kane 4 times, even when he wasn't supposedly talking about him. Secondly, these deluded Man City fans who are doing my nutting, they were on the Cheese Room podcast yesterday, a couple of them. and it's the delusional. I mean, we're Spurs fans, we're delusional as well, but it's the fact they're in the denial that the money that has been brought in has no relevance to where they are today. I'm sorry. If that money wasn't there, you'd be nowhere near where you are right now. Before 2008, you were shit. Man City was shit. Yeah. Their tradition, their history was nowhere near Spurs. And for them to be in denial that the money has no relevance, and I mean no relevance to what their success is, because Manchester United have spent the same and etc. No, mate. No. What Manchester United did, Alex, because they compared Pep to Alex Ferguson. Ferguson built teams, Pep buys teams. And it's easier to coach world-class players than put it this way. You never see a Wes Brown, a John O'Shea, a Gary Neville, Phil Neville, a Darren Fletcher, a Park Ji-sung in a Man City team what Ferguson did. And I'll still say it, Pep is an overrated. He's not even a manager. The manager for me is the owner. He manages the team. The coach is Pep, and for me, he's overrated. He had one season where he wasn't able to buy a Man City, the first season, and he was shit. They were mediocre. They finished eighth, whatever it was. Yeah, he got us a system. Everyone could see the system he wants playing. That's all very well, but not every manager has the wealth to go out there and get world-class players to fit into the system. That's not great coaching. That's saying, here you go, Mr. Owner. I want to play this way. Can you get that player? Yeah, sure. How much? Yeah, no problem. Here you go. With all due respect, he would not last a year at an Everton, a Southampton, or a Villa. No chance. Absolutely not. So for me, he's an overrated coach because he's always bought the trophies. He's never built a team. He's always bought a team. So, and I think the arrogance of the Man City fans just pissed me right off. So, and another thing, Man City fans think that Tottenham should let go of Kane now, because you know what, Man City have come in for 100 million. Just do Harry Kane a favour. Let him go. Let him go. Let him come to Manchester City. No, fuck off, mate. We're a bigger team than you. We'll keep Harry Kane. You can't come in and say, oh, no, which player shall we have from Spurs? Oh, no, we'll have your best one. No, bollocks, mate. If you want him, give us 200 million and fuck off. Otherwise, stay away, because you've got no divine right to call yourself a big team at the moment. You're a big team with regards to money, but don't tell me Pep's anywhere near an Alex Ferguson. No chance. And he's an overrated coach. He's an over-glorified coach, because he gets what he wants. So, Man City at the moment are a bunch of wankers, and I hope we stuff them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Matt, I think you're final word. Matt's wanted to jump out.
Yeah, I was going to say first, I think Bobby's just jealous that the bald head suits Pep better. But lads, it's been a pleasure. Abdul, good to meet you. Dan, Bobby, always good to talk to you. Will, thanks for having me. Everyone, like this video. Make sure to subscribe to Will, as always. Some incredible content.
Subscribe to Matt too. If you're 한국 친구분들이 만약에 Matt 해서 모르면은 Matt 채널 가서 구독해 주십시오.
I agree. I'll talk to you soon, lads. Bye.
All right, take it easy, man.
Please.
Yeah, Bob, you were just talking about Manchester City fans. I think you have to notice that I live with one.
Oh fuck!
My father's a Manchester City fan.
Mate, I don't like him.
But at least he was a City fan before the money came in. So
Abdul, that's the biggest problem. The guy who said it yesterday, he was on a chat. He'd been Man City fan since '84, and he was the most delusional out of all of them. What's going into your head? What? Just admit it. You know what? I'd sit here and say, big up on Man City for spending the money the correct way. We all saw Spurs getting a bit of money from the Gareth Bale sale, and we pissed up the wall apart from a couple of players. So big up on Man City for spending it. But it's the fact they're in denial. That's what pisses me off. The fact they're in denial, saying, no, the money has nothing to do with it. Man United spent just as much. No, mate. It's totally the wrong way to look at this. The fact is, you are successful right now because you've managed to buy a lot of very, very expensive players. Because before then, you were shit. You were a shit team. And it's only because all this money's been pumped in, you've become great. So don't give me all this tradition, history, and all that. You can show me all the medals that you've bought and all the championships that you've bought. I'm jealous. I would take that money any single day as a Spurs fan. But I'd own it. I'd say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's not our fault. We've got money. But rather than sit there saying, no, it has no relevance, that's what it's delusional, and it's the denial of it that's really pissing me off. And the fact they've got a divine right to call themselves a big club because they've bought trophies and not accept the fact that their success is built on being backed by a country.
Yeah,
man. That's Man City fans for you. What I hate about Man City fans is a lot of Man City fans, they say, you know what, you have to sell us Harry Kane because even if we don't buy Harry Kane, we're still going to win the league. We don't need a striker to win it. They're actually starting to believe that. Listen, I understand they won last year playing a false nine, but the Premier League, they start to catch up on you when they start to figure out how to stop you if you don't have that striker, if you don't have that finisher. And I don't expect Man City truly winning the Premier League title this year without a striker, to be honest. I know they won it last year, but to be honest, I think Chelsea is going to win the Premier League with Lukaku if Man City do not buy Harry Kane. And they kind of feel like as if they're doing us a favor. Like, they're like, yeah, just give up Harry Kane with or without him. We're still going to win the Premier League, so might as well get some money on top. It's like, nah, man. It's like, they're trying to act like as if we're like Southampton, and they're Liverpool, and they could just come in and just pluck the player that they want, and just – it doesn't work like that. So I kind of agree with Daniel Levy kind of playing hardball because I think this was like Daniel Levy, like his whole his objective. He wanted to he didn't want to be a feeder team anymore because I can see how demoralizing that is, when you're losing your Gareth Bale and your Modric. So now he wants to kind of be that team to where you can hold on to your players. But, it is coming to a crossroads now. We are in a rebuilding phase, to be honest. So, that's what happens when you have a team like Spurs in which they're so top heavy. You have a couple of these world-class players, these Champions League winning caliber type of players, like your Kane and Son. And then you have players on the other side of the pitch of your Eric Dyer and Ben Davies. And for other big teams, you don't see that. You don't see that talent disparity. You know what I mean? In Man City, yeah, you may have like a Fabian Delph, but that's it's very for very short amount of time because they're gonna fill up that position. So I think that's Tottenham have done bad recently, by not kind of covering, that talent around the whole pitch, and I understand, some people, they want Spurs to buy players to kind of make their squad more bigger and to have more like a good backup striker. But I've been saying, before you start looking at your bench, you got to make sure your starting 11 is A1. You got to make sure,
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, and there's still a lot of holes in this team, the right back, the box to box, so I don't know where this team is going to go, but tomorrow I am confident that we are going to get a point or 3 points. So let's get it, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And I'm going to the Scotland Yard.
Oh, yeah, with Brian and Cody.
Yeah. So
Brian, Cody, Brian, Ireland. You guys going to be doing some videos down there, I'm sure, probably.
Wicked. Oh, mate, I'm jealous.
You can go to the game, so you have it. You got to get the one up.
Atlanta
Crazy.
Spurs tomorrow is having a meetup. It's an hour away from my house.
Miami Spurs is actually having a meetup, but which is another thing. But
10:30 in the morning, an hour away.
These type of games I want to watch them here with, especially the rivalry that goes on in my household. My house will be set on fire by 11. I can already see the Manchester City flags coming out the windows. I already put mine up the window.
So are you watching it with your dad then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Honestly, we're gonna. I'm so. I shouldn't say this, but I'm confident tomorrow, man.
They haven't scored a goal in our stadium. It's gonna stay that way.
That's it.
Is that true?
That's it.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
Manchester City have
They've
not
not
kicked the
scored.
football and hit the back
2-0,
of our net in their
2-0,
history.
2-0, 1-0.
So who's
Yeah,
our
they
starting
should.
11 for tomorrow? Has anybody really gone over our starting 11 tomorrow?
Yeah, I have our starting
Center
11 in
back
front of me.
partnership.
Not our official starting 11, but I have my predicted starting 11. If it's okay with
Go
you,
on,
that I
then.
can read it.
Yeah,
Go
what's
on,
your
then.
prediction?
Perfect.
Lloris in goal, Jaffa Tanganga right back. I honestly think that Sergio Aurier is not going to get one more minute in a Tottenham jersey.
4-2-3-1. Sorry to cut you off. 4-2-3-1.
It's going to start on a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, like how we've been playing mostly the games in the preseason.
Yeah.
It scares me to say this, but Davison Sanchez and Eric Dyer in center backs. We have no other options. Honestly, we would not play Joe Rodon against Manchester City for the first game of the Premier League. I just don't think Nuno Espirito Santos. He didn't play one game in the preseason. What makes you think that he'll bring him in the first game against Manchester City in the Premier League? It just doesn't make sense.
What's going on with Joe Rodon? Why didn't Joe Rodon get any time? I know
I
he
have
went
no
to the
idea.
Euros, but Wales went out pretty early. Davies got a bit of time in there. Why
Even
do you
Ryan
think?
Mason didn't play him. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on with there. I don't know.
I honestly don't know.
We
I think
did really well for Wales.
Yeah.
Was easily their best center back the entire tournament.
Carter Vickers got more
Yeah.
minutes than Rodon.
Yeah.
Well, I
yeah.
mean, Carter Vickers was probably just, they were trying to
Shop
find
window.
a place to
Yeah.
shop window.
Who was a center back partnership against Chelsea in the preseason?
Carter Vickers and Dyer, wasn't it?
Was it Carter Vickers?
Oh no,
Or-
it's Tanganga. And, yeah.
Oh, he plays center back.
yeah.
Oh, and
sometimes
Doherty
you-
played right back. Yeah, Doherty played right. Okay.
Another thing is that I don't see
Dyer was in
Doherty.
there. Yeah.
Dyer was in there with Tanganga.
Tanganga.
And also,
the Dyer Sanchez did play good against Arsenal, but again, that is Arsenal.
yeah.
It's Arsenal, mate. It's
Clearly
Arsenal.
see
No,
how
I
shit
don't
they
want
are.
to see another Dyer Sanchez stuff.
Brentford play well against Arsenal.
Ivan Toney looks dominant. Just side note, he looks.
Oh man, those passes, those flick-ons, those balls in
Bro,
behind.
he's a
He battered Arsenal's back line all by himself. I'm so angry that we didn't sign him.
I don't
So angry.
I love
We're
the
looking for a Kane replacement. He's right there. Oh, he's not
Yeah.
Premier
He's
League
moving like
good.
Chris Wood, man. His
Chris Wood.
target
Way
man.
better than Chris Wood. Way
Yeah.
better
I'm
than
gonna
Ollie
his
Watkins.
hold up play.
Dude, he's,
Yeah.
Go on, finish your 11 then, Dan. Sorry.
Yeah, finish it.
I'll finish it. Reguilon, also left back, Pierre Hoiberg, Oliver Skip, Lucas Moura, Dele Alli, Steven Bergwijn, and Sonny up top. Another thing is, you guys were on the topic of Brentford. I love the Brentford fans when they were singing "You're just a shit" Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
I love them for that.
It's amazing.
That
It's
was
amazing.
brilliant. I love
then
them
go
all.
watch
happy
him
for-
bath
happy
out
for
with hot
Brentford.
sauce.
Yeah.
Happy for Brentford. That's a
Let's be honest. I mean, yeah, we're a Spurs stream, but mate, Arsenal look shocking. Arsenal look terrible. There was no fight. First game of the season. I know they're going
First
to point to
15
the
minutes,
fact
they
that
looked like they wanted to do something, but other than that, it was...
well, no one's surprised about the fact they had more possession than Brentford, but they
that's all they do. That's all they do is keep possession. But like they never go down. Like their tactic is just constantly go down on the wing, pass the ball to Kieran Tierney, and just whipping across into the box. And they're so predictable, man. It's so predictable.
Yeah.
And that Brentford defense is not even that great. Like they didn't even look that great. So,
Tony
like,
twisted Ben White inside out constantly, gave him so much trouble. But at least it gets easy for Ben White. He's only got Lukaku next.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
that
telling you,
wing for Brentford. That guy's looking
people
pretty
are
good.
going to give me crap. Ivan Toney is going to be a 65 to 80 million pound player next season.
I agree.
Goodbye.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm telling you, the guy's class. I think he makes Lukaku look sad. Better finisher than Lukaku. He holds the ball up just as well. He's more athletic, faster. He's more creative. He's a better all-around player than Lukaku, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get his next move. He's going to get an upgrade move.
The chemist, Liverpool.
The chemist says in the chat, how is Arteta still in charge? Chemist, trust the process, mate. They need to give him a 10-year contract now. Arsenal, just give him a 10-year contract. Trust the process.
That guy's a fraud.
Keep him there as long as possible.
Absolute
In
fraud.
fact, we'll pay the wages for him.
Maybe
just keep him
someday.
there.
My setup is not ready for watch-alongs yet.
I think he's asking for me because of my father. It
Oh,
says,
will you could do a watch-along for the game?
yeah.
Great. That's
Sorry,
great
Michael.
content.
I'm not gonna do watch along because I feel like those long watch alongs are kind of boring, and a lot of people would rather watch other people do watch alongs. But what I do is I do the goal reaction, like our reactions to the goals. It's like a 5-minute, like each goal or what do we thought.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Watch-alongs aren't boring. Only some of them.
some of them, but
That Mexico-US, I was so upset
yeah,
that I couldn't
that
go
one
on for the
was
second
so
one.
That was
good.
brilliant.
That was the best.
absolutely
That was the
brilliant.
best watch-along I've ever been on in my life.
Yeah, same.
I ain't got the concentration levels to enjoy the match. If I want to watch Spurs, I want to watch Spurs, man. I ain't got the concentration levels to do a watch along and enjoy the game at the same time. I did a couple of friendlies with Ben on We Are Tottenham TV, but well, I couldn't do a watch along for tomorrow. I know I'm in the watch along with Matt Hayes and the guys, but I'll hopefully just be doing the lesser important games. I'll do a Wolves, for example. I can't do a Man City or an Arsenal or a United. No chance. Not for me.
Yeah. And another thing with the watch alongs is that it's really annoying when you look at the chat and they're already screaming goal and you have the 1 minute delay. That is so annoying.
Yeah, that's it.
And the trolls as well, because there's some people that just put goal and the goal didn't even happen.
Yeah,
especially being on it here in the U.S. where we're already like 2 minutes behind because of our broadcasting systems here. We're already like 2 minute behind the UK.
Yeah.
So when you get fans watching from the UK and they're like, goal, and even with the 25-second lag that you have on YouTube or whatever,
it spoils it.
It's still like, I just have to turn the chat off and not even look at it.
Speaking of the fantasy, I'm right behind Will Stewart, 16th.
I think I'm
gonna get that top 3. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get that top 4.
No, I think I'm in front of all of you guys.
What's your name? Sorry, what's your name?
Dan THFC. I checked today, and I think it might have been before the Liverpool game, but still.
I don't know, man. Could be.
I made a mistake though, because this is my first time ever playing fantasy, so I sometimes like the rules I didn't really understand them.
Are you Daniel Medina by any chance?
Yeah, you're on 28th, man.
28, man. It has to update. Because I had Mo Salah.
Oh, that was probably an update.
Mo Salah saved me. I'm going to get that top 4. I guarantee you. I'm going to get that top 4.
I wish I would have got Bruno Fernandes, man. I wish I would have
got bad move.
I had him in and took him out live on stream.
Yeah.
Had him in and captain and took him out live on stream.
Oh, man.
But I'm pulling on that West Ham game tomorrow. Cresswell and Souček could easily both get double digits tomorrow.
They're facing Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I have who do I have? I think I have Ben Rama, I think. I don't know about him, but
And I don't see that many other people from City scoring other than Gundogan either. So if you're looking at people who create the most chances and who take the most chance and take the most shots, Gundogan's probably the highest player, the highest chance on that squad. So, and then Sonny, he's the highest scoring chance we've got.
Yeah.
Call me crazy, but I got Kane on my team.
Yeah, I don't think he'll see even 45 minutes tomorrow.
I got Kane, but on the bench, because I don't think he's gonna be starting. People that I'm in front of, I'm in front of Kieran and from Spurs Sick, and I'm in front of Eugene. So.
Sounding the lowest.
Yeah.
Do I need to speak up?
Yeah, no, I think out of all of us, you're probably sounding the quietest, Will. Is that right, guys? Are you getting the same?
I mean, I hear him maybe before you were quiet, just because.
I might have been just talking this way or something like that.
Just
talking, it wasn't.
Not because you're mine. You're just talking.
I can turn myself up a little bit here, too. I do have the compressor on pretty high.
Yeah.
That should make it a lot louder.
That's it, yeah.
Yes, perfect. That game's ball, I'm confident, man. I don't know why. Maybe because it's the first game of the season. I'm excited.
First game of the season, fans back. I think we've seen some impressive, front press play from Nuno, and it makes you think. And I brought this up in my stream earlier. The way we're playing, there's an argument that Kane wouldn't even suit that system. Yeah, he's our best player. Yes, he's probably our best player. He's the best striker in the world, in my opinion. But I think Nuno's probably set up, and rightly so, set up his team at the moment to play with the personnel we've got at the moment, which is hungry legs, a lot of stamina, fit players. They're not so fit now
for this game.
Pressing, and I'd say Brentford-esque. They press so high. That was very notable against Arsenal. So the question would be, can Kane do the same? Because the press from the front needs to be in tandem with the rest of the team. And if we've got one player who doesn't do it like the other ones, it could fall apart. So I think there's. I do think Kane's going to be on the bench tomorrow. He's going to come on the 74th minute and gets 2 goals for us to win 3-1. But I think the way we're set up at the moment and the way we've been playing, I don't think Kane really fits that system right now. I'm not saying he doesn't get into the team. Of course he does. We need to build a team around him if we want to match his ambition. But right now, where we are, the way we've been playing pre-season, I don't think Kane fits into that system right now.
Yeah, you just have to hope that lack of a target man does not, because like we've played games with like an extremely active, fit front line, like against Brighton last year when Harry Kane was injured, and it didn't suit us. Sometimes it's good just to have that big man just to kind of just hold up the ball just for like 2 seconds, just kind of slow the game down and bring everybody up the pitch. But like who do you guys have as like a surprise performer tomorrow for Spurs? No, I don't care.
Lucas. I know
Lucas
what you're saying,
Moura,
Abdul.
I think is going to be key.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying, Abdul, with regards to we'll miss. But if you look at our success, biggest success was obviously the Champions League quarter-final. At home we had no Kane, and we beat him purely by that front press of Sonny in particular. And away from home, Lucas and Sonny, if you remember the second goal that Sonny got, Lucas closed down one of the defenders. I can't remember who it was. The ball bounced off him. Lucas was straight on it, played in Sonny, and Sonny killed it around to make it 2-1, I think it was.
Against Man City.
Against Man City, in the quarterfinal.
I
think we've
always done well.
We've done well against them. Even the 2-2 at their ground when Lucas scored with the first touch. When he came on from that corner.
The header, when he scored
the header. So we've had success against them without that big man up front. A lot of people will say, Llorente came on and changed the game in that quarterfinal. But even prior to that, we were breaking them down with that front press. And like I say, with a Harry Kane, we probably don't have that intensity of that high press that we would get with a Sonny, Steve Bergwijn, and Lucas. And Lucas, the way he's playing since that Everton FA Cup game last season, he has been our best number 10. Hands down, he's been our best number 10.
But is he going to play in the number 10 role tomorrow?
I don't think he will. I don't think he will
either.
I think he'll be right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think he will. But I think he's got, against, I think it was Milton Keynes. He came in a number of times, took on a player, dummied a player, and his passing through has been very prominent. So
you think it's Dele Alli at the 10?
I think Dele Alli will be in that number 10, and hopefully he'll just progress.
I don't like that. I don't think Dele Alli is. I think once Man City press him, because Man City's so good at quickly pressing him, I can see Dele Alli losing the ball a lot. And it's just.
I think we'll start with Ali. Yeah.
I want a more press resistant, like I don't know, even like Lo Celso or obviously Tanguy, but I want a more like press resistant kind of player. Like somebody like, obviously he's not on our team, but someone like Kovacic, which that's like all he's good at is just like kind of relieving press and just like press resistancy. Because Dele Alli, he just struggles. Like it's so easy to press him, man. And I don't want the team to kind of fall in that hole in which, because Tottenham, their strength is not trying to keep a 0-0 lead and just kind of soaking up that press. Especially when you have that back line. Nah, I'm not.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Youngman's son loves to score against City, so he definitely.
I mean, Son's definitely going to be, I think, a key component to what we have to do, and like what other people are saying too. Like, funny story. He's going to be in my FPL team all season long. He's probably going to be the only locked-in Spurs player all season long, to be honest with you. once we get out of this City match, there might be one or two other people that I bring in for a few game weeks. But the last season, when he took that knock, that had that injury, and they said he wasn't going to play against Man United, I pulled him out.
Oh shit!
And then he scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
I literally could have broke my phone because of Jose Mourinho, who said in the press conference he wasn't going to play.
Yeah, but that's the thing with Jose. You can't take his word for it. I
was so mad.
But look, I'm gonna read you guys this stat here. I've lost it. Oh yeah, it's here. Manchester City have lost 15 away Premier League matches.
He already said he was, Brian. He'll be there.
Against Spurs. Yeah, have you heard that?
You could also come on the show and ask him yourself, Brian Diggle. Just saying.
Sorry, what was that stat again?
Go on, then,
Manchester City have lost 15 away Premier League matches against Spurs, including the last 2 seasons, losing 2-0 in both matches. They are the most losses a Premier League team have had away, except for Liverpool.
We're the bogey team. We're the bogey team. We always do well against them, and I do think it's coming down to a mentality thing as well.
Yeah,
I do think, Aguero missing a penalty, VAR. Let's be honest, we've been saved by VAR a couple of times against. Against
it might have been Southampton that he had 4, I think. Yeah,
Southampton. He scored 5-2, didn't he? It was 5-2, and Kane set up 4, and he scored 4. But he did play against Man United. It was a Man United game that was meant to miss, and he scored against them.
And he scored 2.
A couple of assists. Yeah.
If you remember, back in the Champions League run 2019 when we faced Man City, remember the first leg when we beat them 1-0, and then Sergio Aguero had a penalty and then Hugo Lloris saved it, right? And if you guys remember, we faced Man City again in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And then they had a penalty again. Sergio Aguero gave up that penalty to, I think it was Ilkay Gundogan.
There you go.
And then Hugo Lloris saved that one. So you say Hugo Lloris, he scared Sergio Aguero because Aguero's a lethal striker. He would have never given up that penalty, but he kind of felt like Lloris kind of had his number in the penalty shootout. So I think that's a great.
It's Abdul. Mentality is going to come into it, mate. When you coming up against a team who always seem to get the better of you, it's fair enough when you're playing a team and you're getting played off the park and you're losing or you're drawing. It's the fact that they have played us off the park a couple of times and they've not beaten us. That's got to affect you more mentally than the other way. And I do believe that there probably is a psychological block there sometimes. You're right. Aguero giving up a penalty against a Lloris, who I believe has saved a couple penalties from.
Recently he's becoming a very good penalty.
So it's good. There is going to be something there mentally. So that's another reason why I'm confident. Of course, we're Spurs fans.
And another thing,
squirt in our face.
Yeah, and another thing, we have to look at it. We looked at obviously the last one there was no fans. When we won 1-0 against Manchester City in the Champions League, that stadium was buzzing. The fans were absolutely going at it. Also, when we beat them 2-0 and when Bergwijn scored his debut goal on his debut, all the fans were buzzing as well. If the fans have to play a big part in this as well, because as you saw Brentford against Arsenal, the fans played a huge part in that one.
Yeah.
So if the fans get behind Tottenham, and we know their injury problems, this could be a big problem for Manchester City. And obviously, they struggled against Tottenham for a lot of the years. The history shows you it. I just think the fans need to do their part. You looks at it, and you watch the replays of the matches, and you could hear those fans screaming their hearts out in the background. Yeah. Every time we control the ball, we win a throw-in, the fans are cheering. We win a corner, the fans are cheering. We win a tackle, the fans are cheering. And the fans have to be exactly like that tomorrow.
Exactly. If you were in the, I'll ask both of you, and then if Fabio comes back, I'll ask him as well.
What's
if
the
you
code?
were, sorry,
code for what? All right, Bob.
What's the code?
I think
is he asking
FPL.
for the stream? Is he asking for the stream?
There's
no FPL.
The link is in the thing.
Oh,
let
the
me
FPL.
grab it. Sorry.
If you were, there will be some. I'll say it now. There will be some fans who will. But if you were in the crowd tomorrow and Kane does come on the 75th minute, would you boo him? Done.
No, I wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't, because Harry Kane, he's come out with a statement as well. And it's been clarified as well. So I think it was a big misunderstanding. Honestly, I think he was supposed to show up in training when he came up. Yeah, because we didn't find him at the end of the day. I thought we had found him, but we didn't find him. So that says that it wasn't how the media portrayed it to be. I think Sky Sports and all the other media anchors, they have an agenda against Tottenham, and they want Harry Kane to look like the bad guy. So
But
that's why
Nuno
they made it.
doesn't. Nuno doesn't have an agenda against Harry Kane.
Yeah, obviously.
And neither does Tottenham Hotspur. If that was the case, then and Will back me up. I've been saying since the first day he didn't turn up for training, I demanded, I asked, I go, look, just put something out there, even if it is bullshit. Just put something out there to stop this circus. And nothing came out till Harry Kane came out with that statement, which just stank of backtracking. And like I say, Nuno mentioned nothing. He could have quite easily said, well, it was away because it's meant to be away. There's nothing. That would have been the easier answer. That would have nipped everything in the bud. Spurs could have come out with a statement. Not that they need to, because nothing had been done wrong. For me, it was a lot of backtracking. And if anything, the statement came out, sounded like bullshit as well. It probably wasn't. You're right, Dan. It probably wasn't bullshit. You're probably right. But the fact it took so long for it to come out, and there was 2 or 3 interviews with Nuno, and he was constantly, I mean, bless him, he was being constantly asked about this Kane situation. And if it was the case of he was allowed to stay away, he should have been entitled to every right to A, been told about it, and B, relay that to the media rather than the circus. But I don't know what Will thinks. I mean, would you boo Kane tomorrow if you were in the stands tomorrow?
I wouldn't boo him if he didn't play. Like if he didn't play at all?
No, if he
came on
after,
in the 70th minute.
No, I wouldn't boo him.
But I wouldn't cheer him on either. I wouldn't give him a round of applause or anything. I would just, like a normal player being subbed off. If I would cheer anybody, it would be the player that's coming off. If he had a good performance, I would cheer him. But I wouldn't cheer or boo Kane, because at the end of the day, we are fans and we don't know what's going on in the background. What if nothing like this happened? Kane knew that he was supposed to come back in the day. Because Bob, I don't know if you saw the videos of the England team. After the Euros, they were partying, drinking with their shirts off. And then Harry Kane wasn't in those videos or in those photos. So, I mean, I don't think he was that type. I don't think it's like the situation that they're making it out to be. I just think that he didn't show up to training when everybody thought he would. And I don't think. I just think there's some confusion.
No, that's fair enough. There's no. I'm not pissed off about the fact that he didn't turn up for training if he wasn't meant to. It's the fact he didn't turn up for training and no one clarified it, be it at Kane camp or Tottenham, because they're not stupid. They knew what circus was gonna couple with him apparently leaving, City coming with a bid. It was all going to be a domino effect. The circus was always going to come to the fore. So why not just nip it in the bud? And the fact it took 3 or 4 days for this shit show to continue, stream after stream, Sky Sports, whatever, etc. They could have nipped it in the bud. And now that's why it all seems like bullshit, because Nuno had the chance to clear it. Spurs have had the chance to clear it. And none of it was clarified till the Thursday or the Friday when Harry Kane came up with what was a very lukewarm statement and everyone called bullshit. Now, with regards to booing tomorrow, there will be some fans who will boo him. There will be. But you know what? We can't be... Well, I personally wouldn't. I would never boo him. He's our best player. He's one of the best strikers in the world, if not the best player I've seen live to put on a Tottenham jersey, and I've supported him for 40 odd years. So for me, I would never boo him. But I can't turn around if a guy's next to me and he's booing Harry Kane, I can't turn around to him and say, no, you can't boo him. You know why? Because he'll just point to the fact Harry Kane missed training. He didn't turn up for training for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Yeah. Whereas before, he always had that card to fall back on with regards to, he'd always give us 100%. If he wants to leave, all fair and well, but if he doesn't leave, we'll know he'll stay in. He'll always give his 100%. That card's gone now, because a lot of people will play that card, say, no, his heart's not in it. He failed to turn up for training. And it is purely because, he might have had the right not to turn up. But the fact, nothing was clarified from Tottenham camp or the Kane camp. It gave everyone the opportunity, rightfully so, by the way, because if there's no, the only facts that we had was Harry Kane didn't turn up for training. Nothing else. That's a fact. Yeah. Harry Kane didn't turn up for training. Everything else was left to the imagination and to hearsay, and everyone building up their own narrative. And once the truth, supposed statement did come out, everyone who's built up a narrative will look at that statement and use it to their advantage, however they want to take it. The fact it should have been nipped in the bud before any narrative could have been made by anyone. So I can't say to my fellow Spurs fans, stop booing Harry Kane, because he can just turn around and say, mate, our captain didn't turn up for training on the first day.
I don't know.
What can you say to that? What can you say to that? And
another thing is that I don't think he would have come up with the statement if the fans didn't give the response that they gave. Because in the statement that he wrote, he was sad with the response that the fans gave and calling him a snake and stuff. I didn't agree with calling him a snake, but I don't think if the fans would have given that response, he would have come out with a statement. I think he would have stayed quiet if none of the fans would have been doing their, you're a snake,
That's idiotic though, isn't it? Come on, man. I mean, you as how old are you? 12, 13?
13.
13. You as a 13-year-old will know that if you don't put out a certain clarification when all this circus is going around about me leaving my boyhood club and Man City quite clearly interested in me, there's going to be a shit show. You know that. How stupid do you have to be not to turn up for training and think, you know what, don't worry about it, the fans will understand? No, mate, it doesn't work like that. He's either been ill-advised by his so-called agent / brother, or he's just
Paul
stupid.
O'Keefe?
Paul O'Keefe?
Or Paul Keefe or Paul Keefe? Paul O'Keefe?
Not sure. With regards to what?
Like some dude on Twitter, and he basically said that, I don't know if he's a journalist or something like that, but he said that Kane had permission from the club not to come back until Friday.
That's fine. I should have made it clear.
Right, but what's weird, I don't believe it.
No one, you got every right not to believe it, Will.
Because if that's true, why wouldn't Kane have just come out and said, no, I'm not supposed to be back till Friday? And then the whole thing's squashed.
Exactly.
And why would the club came out and say he's supposed to be back on Monday?
Yeah. And there was an article. Go on.
No, Kane is an asset for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. They're not going to tarnish a very valuable asset, regardless of anything. And if Kane is our club's best player, why let his name go through the mud if he's doing exactly what the club's told him to do? That's shit on Tottenham. There can't be so many bad people in a story. There's always a good person and a bad person. You can't blame the club for not coming out something and call them a bad person. You can't blame Kane for everything and for not coming out with something and call him that. There's always one right and one wrong. And at this time moment, it's a shit show. And this shit show could have been prevented by making some form of statement. It's just simple. Kane is not back to training till Saturday the 14th. There you go. End of story. Don't have to elaborate. Don't have to talk about Man City. Don't have to talk about a potential purchase, potential bid, offer, whatever, contract. Oh, nothing. The Tottenham Hotspur realises that Kane hasn't, and Tottenham Hotspur would like to make clear Harry Kane has not turned up for training today with the agreement of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We are aware of certain narratives circulating in the media. All of this is untrue. We look forward to welcoming Harry back on Saturday the 14th as expected. There you go. I've just done it's taken me 30 seconds to write that up.
But Bobby,
there you go.
You're expecting the club that we're still waiting to this day for an apology for the Super League, to this day, to make a statement about a player not coming out to training.
It's in their best interest. It's in their best interest. They're saving their asset. They're saving their asset's name.
I just think that you made the question if he come on. I don't think he should come on. Because as I said, the fans, they need to be behind the club, behind the team tomorrow. And I just think that they'll be cheering, and then they see Kane coming on, and the relationship will become salty. And anyways, the media will make it out to become the Harry Kane derby, the Harry Kane game. And then if Harry Kane does score, the cameras will automatically go to Pep Guardiola to see his reaction, all of that. It's just gonna be a mess if Harry Kane does play. So I just say, anyways, he's not fit. He came back like 2 days ago. He's not fit to start playing games already. And I think we've rushed him so many times to start playing matches. Like when we rushed him against City in the Carabao Cup final, Liverpool in the Champions League final. I just think that we need to give him time, and the fans time to adjust that. Because I just think if we bring him on tomorrow, it'll be a big, big mess.
I don't know, but I mean, for booing, I don't think I'd boo him at all when he comes on the pitch. If he comes on and acts like a geezer and doesn't push in,
Some people will. You know,
and then I'd boo him coming off though. If he came up against City and gave a half-ass effort, I would definitely boom him up. But you know what, guys? You can boo me, but before you boo me, hit that like button. And the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified, because we're doing at least probably too many shows. I'm gonna get in trouble with my wife. She's probably gonna divorce me, but I have probably 6 or 7 shows a week now during the new season here on the channel. We also have season 2 new design. What do you guys think of this new ball? I think it's kind of interesting for football, to be frank. It's a little too busy, isn't it?
You put that in front of our away kit. You're looking at camouflage, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think that might be a serious issue. We'll put that kit on and play with that ball. There'll be a lot of confused opposition players. You think, well, where is it?
Maybe Nike and Spurs collaborated together on
there
it.
you go, mate. It's all done for a reason.
It looks like somebody dropped their boiled eggs on top of the ball.
Or a paintbrush.
No, like the eggs, because you can see like the thing in the eggs, the orange thing, and then the white part on the outside.
I can't see anyone really sitting there for ages going, we need to do a little bit like that. No, they've just chucked something at the ball. I thought, right, there you go, that's art. Put a few orange spots on it. There you go. Art.
I like last year's ball more.
But that one?
Can't see. No, not that one. I have it. I'll bring it. I'll bring the ball that I'm talking about.
What do you think about
that one? Isn't this last year's? Or is this?
Yeah, that's last year's. Yeah,
2020.
2020, 2021, that one. Or was that 1920?
Oh, this is 1920.
1920, yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, last one had a bit of last year's had a bit of green in it, didn't it?
Yeah, it was the new Aero Track ball. I have the white one. What it was is I buy all the match balls from every year. I bought the Aero Track one for my son, but I don't think I bought the Premier League one.
Right, yeah. That's nice. The I don't know if you noticed against Brentford, but you could hear the kick, the sound of the kick, and it sounded different. It sounded like sometimes when you blow up a football too much and you kick it, and there's an empty, hollow sound to the kick. It sounded like that. Constantly sounded like that. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be a continuous thing.
My favorite was the Nike Ordum.
18, yeah.
This is a 17-18.
17-18, yeah, 18, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was nice. Aerodynamics, but it was first, yeah.
Nike Ordum.
Yeah.
The Aero Track ball is not bad. I actually have. I'm an idiot. And maybe I'm just a rich. I'm not really rich, but maybe I just buy too much crap. But I have Champions League match balls for most years, and World Cup match balls all the way going back to 2010 with the Javelani.
Do you plan on getting the Conference League match balls?
No. I don't buy
would.
Europa Leagues.
Hey, I
You-
would. Their inaugural season, mate. They might be worth a bit in a few years. time.
Conference League?
Yeah,
Maybe if Spurs win it, I'll buy one.
exactly. Get in there now. Get in there
I've seen that you have the old football, like the vintage one.
Yeah, that's
I have one of those as well.
Well, the leather, pure leather.
Yeah,
pure
pure
leather.
leather.
Yeah,
ones.
man. Yeah, man. I got one somewhere. It's deflated though.
I don't play football with it though. I just have it as
Souvenir.
like a decoration.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Well,
it's-
Bob
it's-
Spur
it's-
Jr. picked it up once. Yeah, he's picked it up once. I was like, no. He was only like 3 years old. I'm like, no. Just last one on Harry Kane. How do you feel about the news that the Times are running tomorrow or this morning? It is believed Harry Kane is close to accepting that there will be no exit for him this summer. Tottenham have had no discussions with Man City in recent days, so it looks like a new contract on the table as well. Would you be happy with Harry Kane signing a more improved contract?
I guess it works out for all parties if he signs the contract. It works out for us because we'll end up.
Depends on how long the contract is. If it's like a
Yeah.
3-year contract or something, then what's the point?
But apparently, there's going to be a release clause.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be a release clause, and he's probably going to ask for more money. So if he's going to sign a 3-year contract, which basically puts him the same period as the current one that he's on, why have him sign a new one? That's ridiculous. It's got to be at least like a 4 or 5 year contract. Otherwise, it's pointless. Otherwise, they're saying, yeah, you can leave and make more money.
Yeah, I don't agree with the notion of Harry Kane can stay another year than go
I
after
thought
a year.
this
because-
was the.
I can't. It's a little bit blurry. Oh yeah,
yeah,
it was the ball midway through the season, and then they changed it.
Yeah, they changed it like 3 times last season, which
times,
is dumb. It's
Why did
normally
they?
they only do it twice. Normally they have a winter ball and a summer ball. And the winter ball is usually like a yellow color. I have the yellow version of the Nike Ordum one as well.
the yellow one comes out late December around Christmas time.
Yeah, and it's because like
throughout
apparently
Jan and
because it's
Feb, yeah.
darker in England or
Darker,
something.
snow, etc. Yeah,
Yeah.
Stands out on the pitch or whatnot.
Yeah.
But, and I usually don't buy the winter ball. I do have the winter ball and the Nike.
I like the
Ordum.
winter ball. I remember they did a pink one as well once for league.
I think
the
this
FA
one
Cup,
was
I
like
think.
orange and black or something like that.
Could have been. I think for the FA Cup they had a different one. And Bob Spur Jr. I got Bob Spur Jr. the junior version, and it was a pink one. That was well nice. I think it was 16, 17 or 15, 16, something like that. But yeah, that was nice.
For me,
journey
football's
to-
just got to be white though.
Oh,
I just
100%.
like the white ones. I've got this one. This one's coming. Should be here on Monday.
Yeah, man.
So,
I don't think I'm gonna order that one. I think I'm just gonna get like 5 more of the ones that I just showed you, and
they're so expensive too.
I won't get any more
$160
balls for like
man.
the
You-
next year.
But Dan, if you wait till November, December time, you'll get that ball for
Like
probably
$80. Yeah.
half the price, if not
Yeah.
nearabouts.
I need to buy last year. I don't think I have last year's Premier League ball. I need to buy that one. I could probably get it on sale for probably close to $60 if I could even buy it anymore. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I
Yeah.
can buy it anymore.
Yeah, within 3-4 months, mate, it's going to half the price. It's going to half the price. Get them in. I tend to wait till the end of the season and get all 3 balls, 2 balls, and normally it's 2 balls. I normally get both buy the balls at the end of the season because it's just cheaper. It's just loads cheaper. But
It's the
like I
same.
say,
Yeah, I mean here we have the outlet stores, which like you could have an Adidas outlet or Nike outlet, which is where I usually go. They have like the balls from last season.
Yeah.
Like one ball I got for $5, which was
Yeah.
like 2 seasons ago, the Champions League ball, which was really really good. So I ended up buying like 5. So yeah, I mean the only worry is that I always kick them over the fence and neighbors never give them back. But I mean,
You
but
get
it
yourself a net, man.
Yeah.
Rebounder net.
No, I mean, because also we have a lake in our backyard. So the ball goes into the lake, then it goes through the sewer canal, and it's all the way to the Pacific Ocean.
No, there's I can't remember. There's a website in the UK. I think it's called Kit something. I think it's called Kit Bag, and they're really good for vintage footballs, really like proper vintage footballs as well, and they're really well priced as well. Yeah, I think it's called kitbag.co.uk, something like that. There's a lot of vintage stuff, and if you're watching Kitbag, there you go, mate. Here's a sponsor. I get a sponsor in there. So check them out if you want. They got some good shit on there.
I waited too long. I can't even get it right now on soccer.com. Soccer.com is like the main place. I get points there.
I just buy them off Adidas and Nike.
There you go. Yeah. So look, something like this. This is a retro England football from. My finger's a bit slow, but something like, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? That's beautiful.
Yeah, I can see it.
And that's only like 26 quid at the moment. So I don't know what's that in dollars.
Probably
yeah, they got some. Yeah. And it's all signed as well by certain players. You can get them signed from certain players. So that's proper. Yeah. So kitbag.uk. So go check it out. And Kitbag, if you're watching, and if you're not watching, I'll take a clip of this video and send it to you. I'd love a sponsor. Hey, sure, I'm hitting those numbers well. Surely we can get a sponsor by now.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, I'm hitting at least 40,000 views a month. So
yeah, man.
And then the reach is far greater than even that.
And Amin, spot on. 80% footballs used worldwide are made in Pakistan. Spot on, Amin. And we all know why, mate. We all know why they come from Pakistan. It's labour costs. It is labour costs, and the quality of leather from that part of the world as well is exceptional. Exceptional.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of streams tomorrow. I'm probably gonna be in like.
Yeah, I'm staying away, mate. I'm staying away. I'm not doing any stream. I'm doing my day after, day before show.
I stayed awake.
I've always done.
I stayed awake the whole time. Last night, I didn't go to sleep last night to watch because there was an early game of I think it was Manchester United versus Leeds, which I really wanted to watch. And my waking up is not really reliable. I'll put like 5 alarms right next to my ear, and I won't wake up. Full blast as well.
Like well, I know 30 o'clock in the morning, even on Spurs time, I'm like, there's been a couple times I've woken up for the second half. So.
Yeah, and then after all that I didn't even go to sleep so I could watch the Manchester United game. I ended up falling asleep at halftime.
Is it because you can't hear the or you just turn them off and go back to sleep?
No, it's just I can't hear them, and my parents just get pissed off and they come to the room and turn them off.
You know what you should do is what I do now is. Yes, I know, Wasim. Sorry, mate. I'm going in 12 minutes. My cut-off time's 4 o'clock. I will literally faint at 4 o'clock. But you should put your alarm on and put it on the opposite side of your bedroom. So you have to get out of bed to switch it off. There's also another app where your alarm goes off and you have to put in a certain code, a 6-digit code, a new code that you're given on screen. And it flashes up. So your alarm goes off, you pick it up, and a 6-digit code comes on and then goes off. And then you have to put that 6-digit code in. Yeah. Suffice to say, first couple of times you'll get it wrong. So you're literally sitting there trying to put a code in until the alarm goes on. And then by that time, your brain's woken up and you've woken up. But the simplest thing to do is put the alarm on the opposite side of the bedroom. So you literally have to get out of bed to switch it off.
Something that I've tried doing is actually putting headphones on my head, connecting it to the phone. So when I wake up, but then when I'm moving around in my bed, I'm usually one that I move around a lot when I'm sleeping, so they just fall off, and it's even worse when it's more quiet.
I've actually slept, and Will knows this. I've actually slept with Will's show in my ear. I've actually slept with Will, and all I remember was one time I was sleeping next to the lovely ex, and my headphones were connected to the phone, and it was the first time man smell came to the fore. we were talking about something, and
Man
Will's
smell.
favourite saying, with a bit
the
of
wrong
man smell. Massive man smell. And obviously, listened to him, my volume was up. And basically, while he was doing his man smell sketch or whatever he was talking about, I turned around and the headphones came out, and all my missus heard was Will's voice going, "Man smell." She's like, "What the?" Yeah, she's like, "What the fuck? What are you listening to?" I'm like, "Believe it or not, it's football content." Why is he saying "man smell"? You won't get it, love. So yeah.
It looks like right now Dick's Sporting Goods is the only place that has
Oh, that's another one.
that ball. It annoys me. I don't like spending money at Dick's Sporting Goods. So.
Hello, Ian. Yeah.
Everyone says, "Yeah, all excited, mate, and confident as well."
Man.
Well, maybe being Spurs fans, we are a bit delusional, but I'm so confident, mate. So confident for tomorrow's game.
And for me, this is like a North London derby.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, North London derby will probably be even more confident. After all, it is Arsenal. But I hate to say this, but I'm as confident as I was when we went to play Liverpool last season. We got turned over silly. Well, when I say silly, when Bergwijn missed those two chances, I thought it was the best chance we had to go to Anfield and turn them over. And to be fair, second half, mate, we should have got a result, but we lost. And there's always that feeling, isn't there, that we go into a game full of confidence and then we get turned over. But no, I just think it's the right time to play Man City. Players are missing. And we've been looking good in pre-season. I think the Arsenal result will bring a lot to the fore.
Yeah.
What's going on, Ian?
What's up, everybody?
Yes, Ian.
I'm so excited for tomorrow. I agree with you, kid. This is feels like North London derby.
Yeah,
It feels like I'm just so excited because I'm just like Bob said, I'm so confident. I don't know why I'm so confident, but I am about tomorrow.
Ian, I don't know if you know this about me, but my father supports Manchester City.
Really?
So that's why I said it's for me. It's a North London derby. Like for me, the flags are already coming out the windows. Manchester City's in one side of the house. The other side is Tottenham.
Awesome.
I mean, by 11,
That's awesome.
the house should be on fire. By 11.
Yeah, man.
I can't wait to get back into my routine. I'm LA, so super early games. Waking up early, an hour early, going to the bar, to the LA Spurs bar, and getting breakfast, get a pint.
What time's that then, Ian? What time's that? What time does your?
For us, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's an 8 a.m. game, which is not bad at all.
Yeah.
Let me check. Actually, I should check.
Yeah, so it's a 4:30.
I need to set an alarm.
It's a 4:30 kickoff.
Sometimes I have 4:30.
It's a 4:30 kickoff tomorrow. So UK
7:30 should be 7:30.
Yeah, 8:30 LA time.
8:30? It's 10:30 our time.
This is on Yahoo Sports. That's the app I
It's
use.
11:30 for me.
Is it 11:30? I thought it was 10:30.
I think it's 11:30 for us.
8:30 for me. Yeah.
So I must.
3 hours different. Is it 3 hours difference between?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Really?
Sometimes,
Wow.
sometimes I have to wake up at 3 a.m. for a 4 a.m. game.
What?
And I try. Yeah, 4 a.m. games on the West Coast. Oh yeah, 4:30 not all the time.
Man.
And I thought it was bad for us.
Yeah. Hey, there's a certain vibe to it. It's like still dark out. It's fun, but it's also at 3 a.m. or you have to wake up at 3 a.m. So
I would end up missing all the Tottenham games because I wouldn't be able to wake up.
I don't know. I was a marching band kid, so I was up at zero period at 5:30. So I'm used
So
to
those 12:30 kickoffs in the UK, 12:30 in the afternoon kickoffs in the UK.
4:30.
That must piss you off, man.
Is it? I mean, is it annoying? Yes, it is. It's really annoying, especially last year during COVID. We couldn't go to our home bar, so we had to go to a temporary bar for the year, and it was right next to apartments. So we couldn't. I mean, we did all of our chants and had a great time, and then eventually, like 3 months in, we got the cops called on us, and it's like, so we're like, like okay, but now we're back at the Greyhound, which is in Highland Park in LA, and it's in a bar, so we can shout and do our chants and have fun. We've been partnered with them for like 7-8 years now, so yeah.
Wicked.
It does suck, but there's a certain, like I said, there's a certain vibe to it where you wake up early.
Yeah.
It's kind of cold out, and you get a pint and a hot breakfast. It's perfect. In a weird way, it's perfect.
It's not perfect. Obviously, it's perfect, but it's not perfect when it's on a Saturday and we end up losing. Because that means I have to spend the whole weekend miserable. Miserable.
It makes it really bad. Yeah.
Oh, come on. Just like, I'll be eating dinner.
I remember.
Come on, Eric Dyer. You don't know how to do
remember
a freaking tackle.
There was a North London derby at 4 or 4:30.
Yeah, that would have been a 12.
It was the one where Eric Dyer scored. Dyer scored that North London derby.
5-2.
And we lost like what 4-2 or
4-2. 4-2. That one.
I was like, I woke up for this. I woke up like I remember leaving the bar at like 6 a.m. I'm like, I'm just gonna go back to sleep and like not wake up.
That was back when Aubameyang knew how to play football.
Yeah, that was when we scored just before halftime.
I'm dancing here, so you're gonna have to give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Well, okay. I'm gonna say goodbye now, Will, because obviously it's 4:00 here, matey. So
okay, but that means Good Kid and Ian, you guys gonna have to hold it on.
Yeah.
I get
no
back.
problem.
Big up, guys.
Bye-bye.
Nice
See you, Bob.
Bye, Bob. Everybody, go over subscribe to Bob if you haven't already.
Yeah.
For most people here have, but if you haven't, go check them out. Bob Spur TV. Bob, promote yourself.
Nice. Yeah, Bob Spur TV. I'm going to do the day after, the day before show, Monday evening probably, but I'll tweet it out. But big up, Dan. Nice to see you. Ian, big up, matey. Abdul, I don't know if you're there, mate, but big up to you as well. And I'll catch up with you. Big up.
Right,
come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. All right, I have a question for you, kid.
Yeah.
How old are you?
13.
13. So I'm 22. It's funny. One of my best friends is an Arsenal fan, and it's kind of funny how I started watching when I was 2000. It was the first game I ever watched was Tottenham 9, Wigan 1. That was the first game I ever watched, and that's how I got hooked. The funny thing is that Arsenal has like this, like the big history. Arsenal, they invincibles, they were dominant, whatever, blah blah blah. When I grew up, the only Arsenal that I've ever seen is an Arsenal that has struggled and they win FA Cups. That's really the only Arsenal I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So for you must have seen just even a glimpse of that. They're not even like the Arsenal that they're supposed to be, apparently, right? Or whatever. I was talking with my friend the other day, and he was saying how all I've seen at Tottenham is failure. It's all I've ever seen. And all he's ever seen at Arsenal is failure plus like 3 FA Cups, which is not failure, but apparently for them, it's supposed to be bigger than that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: what is your perception of Arsenal without knowing their history within the recent years?
When I think of Arsenal, I think of Thai crime from AFTV. Robbie just doing the party dance, turning around. I honestly haven't seen them be a big club in my whole lifetime.
Exactly.
They won an FA Cup. I mean, come on. They had their Chelsea weren't even at where they were right now.
I've talked to a few other Arsenal fans just like at college or whatever.
Yeah.
And they you ask them what they want. I mean, yeah, winning FA Cup is great achievement. You want to win it. You should win it. Like, there's no reason not to go after and win it. But if you're winning FA Cups for your entire life and you never see a league win, never see a Champions League win, what's the point?
Yeah.
So I just think it's so funny how the younger Spurs fans haven't seen much success from Arsenal when they're supposed to be this giant club has dominated Europe before without they never won Champions League. I just think it's hilarious that when I talk to older Spurs fans and older Arsenal fans, they don't know what I'm talking about. Like, well, I do know what I'm talking about. I've only seen what I've seen, and your club is just like us. We struggle. We're struggling right now. I talked to my dad. You ever see Austin Powers? The movie?
I've never seen it. No.
Okay, well, there's a scene with Dr. Evil and Austin Powers. They're enemies. They're enemies in the whole movie. And Dr. Evil says to Austin Powers, "We're not so different. you and I, because we struggle a lot, just like the same. And I think it's so funny how they're just failure like us right now. We couldn't be we're so far apart, but we couldn't be closer at the same time, which is so funny.
I think we're better than Arsenal by miles now.
We are. Our squad's better. And that's saying something. Jesus.
When was the last time they finished on top of us?
6 years ago? 7? Something like that? No, even longer.
Yeah, way longer.
I think 2014.
Yeah, 2014. I was going to say it's 7 years? Yeah.
2014-15 season, I think. So
I think I wasn't even
7 years.
I started supporting Tottenham back when that season when we charged for the title against Leicester when they won the league.
Yeah.
My first ever game was when Harry Kane scored that absolutely fantastic goal against Arsenal in the North London derby. I was watching it with my great grandfather, and he got me into Tottenham as well because my father, obviously, as I said, he supports City, but he wasn't around most of the time because he was always working and stuff. So I would always be with my great grandfather, and he was always telling me about Tottenham, and how great Tottenham were and how shit Arsenal were. But it's just like nowadays, Arsenal are looked at as a joke other than a big club. And
I know. That's funny to me.
I don't know if you watch Expressions. You know Expressions using.
Oh yeah.
But he brings
Love
up this a funny joke and also like pretty much a fact as well. They went from invincibles to invisible.
They did?
I mean,
I just think it's funny. It's all about perspective.
Yeah.
I think it's all about. It's like, all these Spurs fans that from old Spurs fans, they've seen this, the 60s and the 80s, and we won stuff in the 90s, blah blah blah. I've never seen. I was watching. I remember the Carabao Cup game, the final. We were waiting outside, ready to get into the bar. I'm like, I have never seen Tottenham lift a trophy. I've never seen it. This day could be the day. And obviously we fucked up bad, but
and I haven't been alive to see Tottenham win a trophy.
It's like, I know. Wow. I didn't even think about that's 2008. Oh my gosh. Right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, oh man, my friend Alex, who's the Arsenal fan. He's all he's seen is like in relation to where they're supposed to be. He's seen Arsenal fail, just like Wes. All we do is fail right now. But this season's different. Okay, this season's different.
We hope anyway. We hope it's going to be different.
Yeah, but something that I must say,
you have to have hope,
is that I cannot wait to see that Amazon documentary. I cannot wait. It's called All or Nothing. They might as well just cross out the all because it's just nothing.
It'll just be nothing.
It's
so
I
fun.
cannot wait.
I guess what the other day it was Lucas Moore's birthday. I saw that on Twitter. Just I saw Spurs tweet out and whatever, and I tweeted out a screenshot of me texting my dad, and it was during halftime of the Ajax game. And I said to him at halftime, I said, if Barcelona or if Liverpool can score 4 against Barcelona, Tottenham can score 4 against Ajax or score 3 against Ajax. And I just think about how in just 3 years I've gone from saying we can score 3 goals away in Europe and having confidence in saying that to now saying like I don't even think we're going to get Europa League spot. Like that is a really harsh decline in confidence in your team. Like I was like saying we can do it. We'll score 3 in the second half away in Europe, Now I'm just like, can we score 2 at home against Crystal Palace? I don't know. I just thought that was so funny.
Can we stop a team from scoring a goal against us in 90 minutes?
No.
But Reload says that they should sack Arteta.
I don't want them to sack Arteta. I'm enjoying it.
I mean, everybody bigged up Arteta when he first came in. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's...
I don't know. They have upper management issues, too. I don't know how you go from being an assistant coach to managing Arsenal. I mean, I know he's one of your own. I know he played for you, but you can't be sentimental about that stuff when you're hiring a manager. I think that's horrible. They're higher up, whoever their Daniel Levy is. I don't know.
Stan Kroenke.
Kroenke. Yeah, horrible. You can't go from assistant coach to managing Arsenal. That's really
he owns
bad.
8 sports teams. Like he owns the LA Rams.
He bought. I just visited. So funny. I just got a stadium tour of SoFi Stadium in LA, It was their stadium's amazing. It's amazing. The Rams stadium is awesome. So that's where the money's going. That's why they
Colorado
that's why they don't need
Rockies, Colorado
transfers.
Avalanche. He owns
Really?
an MLS team as well.
I didn't know you
I
owned
don't-
that many.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
owns
know if
like
you
8
guys knew
sports
this.
teams.
But Brentford, they actually bought a new player this season. And it was their chairman who actually bought the player from a club that he was owning as well. So he was like, "Oh, the negotiations were quite easy." I just imagine him negotiating with himself. Yeah, give him, this much. Okay. Now in my head, I'm thinking, imagine Daniel Levy trying to
Owns the
negotiate
Red
something
Sox?
with Daniel Levy. Imagine that, like, oh, we'll give him for 45. No, we want 60 mil. Oh, well, that would be like madness. It's just
I've really convinced myself and my dad, who's Tottenham. We've had this talk. Like, I mean, to get to where, let's say, Man City and Chelsea are, even Man United, we really just have to wait till we get new owners. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Like, that's just it. I mean, we're not going to be able to break that barrier, that ceiling, until we're able to splash. Well, how much is Sancho? Is what, 100 mil, 90 mil? Like,
Somewhere around
just
that.
easy. Oh, there you go. Have it. It's just like, we're not going to have that.
He's got
efficient
like Stan Kroenke. He owns
until
Arsenal,
until we get
which-
new owners.
Arsenal Women's Football Club as well. Los Angeles Rams, Denver Nuggets, Colorado Avalanche, Colorado Rapids, Colorado Mammoth of the National Lacrosse League, Los Angeles Gladiators of the Overwatch League. I'm guessing that's esports or something.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I play that.
No, that's and then he also owns Los Angeles Guerrillas of the Call of Duty League.
Interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Esports is the fastest growing industry right now.
Yeah, he's worth about
It's
10
got-
billion.
It's
Sancho was
it's gonna
73 mil.
explode. Telling you right now.
Reload put in the chat that Sancho was 73 mil.
He married into his
73,
money
okay.
though.
Why did I think he was more than that? I don't know.
His wife was a Walton. So he's originally from St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why he's
Yeah.
the one that brought the Rams to St. Louis and then took them out of St. Louis. So he's pretty much faded.
Yeah.
Man, if he owns that many, why?
Or Columbia.
I don't know. Why is Arsenal struggling with funding? I don't understand.
He
That.
doesn't want to put
They're
money
Arsenal.
into it, man.
They struggle with everything.
He owns
So weird.
Screaming Eagle Winery as well.
Some jack of
thought
all
the-
trades, some master of none, apparently.
Yeah, but I thought the Spotify owner was gonna buy Arsenal. They were like in really advanced talks. So
That was
Kroenke
all-
doesn't
that
wanna
was all
sell it.
bull- Yeah. He wants. I don't know why. I don't get it. We'll never know. We don't have billionaire's mind. We'll never know why. We'll never know why he doesn't want to sell that. Because obviously it looks like he doesn't care that much about Arsenal, which is great for us. I love Stan Kroenke. I love that guy.
to be fair though, if there's something that I feel that I agree with Arsenal, is their hate towards their ownership.
Oh yeah.
And like we
They-
can agree with that as well with our hate towards Levy.
Oh yeah. They have horrible management.
Yeah.
Horrible.
So he owns Outdoor Sportsman's Group. So he owns the Outdoor Channel, Worldwide Fishing Network, My Outdoor
Oh
TV.
my god.
He owns TV channels.
Yeah. He owns
Nice.
1, 2,
Stan
3,
Kroenke.
4 radio stations.
No wonder they wanted him for the Super League.
Several magazines that everybody's heard of: Bowhunter, Bass Fan, Firearms News, Florida Sports, Fly Fisherman, Game and Fish, Guns and Ammo,
my gosh.
Gun Dog, In Fisherman, North American Whitetail, all kinds of stuff. He also owns the company Skycam, who does all of the computerized, controlled, stabilized, suspended camera systems.
Oh my
at
god.
stadiums. Yep.
He just owns everything. Jesus. Well, I don't know how much Mr.
I think he thinks
Joe,
he's playing.
I don't know what Joe Lewis owns, but
I think he thinks he's playing with Monopoly.
He's
Yeah,
just trying to
he
take
married
over
a,
as much
Buy
a,
this
a
property, buy
Walmart
this
daughter.
property.
That's
Ah.
where he got his money from.
There's where that's where that
Yeah.
explains that.
Joe Lewis owns Enoch, which is a group that invests in England.
I know. Does he own as much as Kroenke? Just buys.
No.
No, he's only worth like
17
4 billion.
teams and-
Kroenke's worth 10 billion or something like that. But Joe Lewis is real big in Florida. He owns a lot of properties in Florida resorts
If I
and
find
stuff
him
like
over
that.
here.
So weird. Did you see that we bought a golf course? Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
Mine
we
has a-
leased it or something like that. They're gonna put
Bought a
like an
golf
NFL
course.
training
Yeah,
ground.
That's where our money's going, to golf courses instead of to.
Gareth
transfer
Bale now
fees.
wants to come back to Tottenham.
What?
Gareth Bale wants to come back to Tottenham
Someone said on Twitter.
because of the
Because of the golf course.
The golf course, yeah.
Oh, have his own private golf course. I'm sure Gareth would love that.
What's funny is I
feel
didn't even know
horrible
that.
I feel horrible for Everton. What happened to them with Ancelotti, and they just totally ditched Everton for Real Madrid, and then Bale's like, "Fuck us, go. I'll come back to Madrid." It's like a reunion, but they screwed everyone else. I think that was a pretty nasty move from Ancelotti, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
On
like
this
my
day-
job is in the fishing industry, and I didn't realize that he owned Bass Fan and
Yeah.
Game and Fish and Fisherman.
I know this day is about to end, but on this day was when Barcelona lost 8-2 to Bayern Munich in that famous Champions League game.
How many years ago was that?
That was like last season.
Well, I don't. Well, how do I have no memory of that? What? They lost 8-2.
Yeah, Barcelona Bayern Munich.
I have no memory of that.
You don't remember?
I have no memory of that. No.
That was like
I
the
remember
biggest
that.
thing in the media.
Oh my gosh.
Currently, Ronaldo's going to PSG too.
Oh God, no. That's a lie.
So they can afford it. They can afford anything over there.
No way, man. If Ronaldo goes to PSG, then what's going to be their forward line? They're going to bench
We got-
Mbappe.
You'd have
Mbappe would just
Mbappe
be
up the middle,
yeah.
Ronaldo on the left, Messi on the right.
And then Neymar?
Neymar's like a Cam, probably.
Yeah, Neymar play number
Man,
10.
if they don't win the Champions League, I'm calling Mauricio Pochettino.
Yeah. For Poch's sake, he needs to win the Champions League.
Oh yeah, the
seriously.
pressure's on him hardcore.
It is
Yeah, but-
a crazy amount of pressure. Oh,
Honestly,
God.
I think there's Will, you're not gonna like this, but honestly, even Ryan Mason could win the Champions League with his team.
Yeah, we would hope. But yeah, they do plan on selling Mbappe. That's how they're gonna.
Oh, they
Yeah,
plan on
Philip.
selling
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
I swore I saw a quote.
Yeah, he said he wanted to win the Champions League with PSG.
Well, not that. I saw a quote. I think it was a quote. Maybe it could have been fake. It's Twitter. Who knows? They're asking Poch, does Messi coming in mean Mbappe's going to go? And then he says, of course not. No way. But, that could just be chat. It could just be
Yeah,
chat. So.
There was an official quote, which Mbappe said that his dream is to win the Champions League with PSG.
Yeah, so
Unlucky.
I think it was in on like Insider. It was like a big thing after signing Lionel Messi. PSG is now reportedly chasing Cristiano Ronaldo for the 2022 season, so it can finally unite the sport's biggest stars.
That'd be kind of crazy to see Messi and Ronaldo on the same team.
That would be cool.
That would never, ever happen in
And Neymar.
two players of that stature playing on the same team.
And Sergio Ramos. Just think about it. PSG has bought Barcelona's captain and Real Madrid's captain on a free in the same transfer window.
It says next year Mbappe out. So not for this season, but for next season. Mbappe out, Ronaldo in. But
Next season.
God,
that's the headline. Yeah.
I think sort of for the culture, I'm kind of down to see that for the culture to see Messi and
Imagine-
Ronaldo play
Imagine
together.
how League Un's ratings will go up.
Oh, I mean, I think this is the death of La Liga.
Oh, I
Yeah.
agree. I
And
thought
Serie A.
that Liga would bail him out and pay for Messi to come back, but apparently,
I mean,
he's not
the
happening.
only-
He's on PSG now.
the only lifesaver, even for like say for people here in the U.S., it was already hard to watch the Liga if you didn't have BN Sports, which is what Liga and La Liga were on.
Now it's going to be on ESPN.
ESPN bought it for 8 years, and then Barcelona goes and sells Messi, right? Like, so ESPN was ticked because now, I mean, what reason do you have to watch La Liga now if you're not from Spain?
Like,
El Clasico who? Without Ronaldo and Messi? I mean, even last season without Ronaldo, even last 2 seasons without Ronaldo, it hasn't been very entertaining, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Now you've got no, what's his name? Defender for Real Madrid.
Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, Sergio Ramos. No Ramos, no Messi, no Ronaldo.
Varane.
What are you going to watch? Griezmann and Kieran Trippier? I mean, come on.
And Depay.
And
Depay as well.
Marcelo.
Depay doing his little raps.
Nobody
And the
wants
thing
to
is
watch
that-
Depay.
And the thing is that on the advertisement,
You're right. Well,
on the advertisement of ESPN, they put a picture of Messi. And I saw the advertisement yesterday. So they still have it up. And he's not even at Barcelona anymore.
yeah, that actually does really suck for ESPN.
But now they've got Serie A and La Liga. Or did Serie A go to anybody else?
And that's right. So,
Not sure.
Gogoma here, the 5,000 won super chat saying we must beat Man City tomorrow.
Love the
Son Heung-min is to score. Let's go Tottenham. And then THFC Rants. Let's go THFC Rants. And for people that aren't watching, super chats are welcome. So if you want to help support the channel, you can do that through super chats, but you don't have to. But we do appreciate it when you do. So
Yeah, come on. Give a couple super chats. We'll read them. Maybe start a debate. Who knows?
especially since I have a camera now that's gonna have to get serviced. It keeps
Yeah.
flashing errors on me after.
What's the starting 11 looking like tomorrow?
The starting 11?
Yeah.
I could bring it back up. I had it up and then
Daniel had his. I don't know. I'd like to see if for me it would be Reguilon, Rodin, Romero, Tanganga, Højbjerg, Skip. On the left, if you guys have to go Vine, Sun, Mora across the top, and then in the number 10 spot, you either have to play Lo Celso or Deli.
Deli. I had the exact same one, except I put well, it's the predicted lineup, not I hoped lineup. So I put Eric Dyer instead of Romero. Look, honestly, I hope Romero plays because I cannot see Eric Dyer and Davinson Sanchez playing football for 90 minutes.
To be fair to them, they did hold their own during the Carabao Cup. They really played well. And then Sanchez fucked it up. Of course, it was only a matter of time before Sanchez messed up.
But honestly,
unmarked him.
I was unhappy with the refereeing in that game. I forgot the name of the man who scored, but he should have been sent off.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hey, I have to go pick up somebody, man.
Did you fall
Holy
asleep?
shit. Nah, I have to go pick up somebody. Man. To go drive on, pick up somebody. Shit, man. But I've been listening to you guys. I just had my phone in the car, just like putting it on audio. Yeah, man.
No, it's all
I've
good.
been, yeah. Yeah, man.
I hate the 4-2-3-1. I hate it.
4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's proper if you have a good number 10, but some teams just shouldn't play if you don't have a good number 10.
Yeah, we've never had a solid. I mean, since Eriksson left, we never had a really defined number 10.
If Lucas Moore's playing in that number 10, that's fine. But we don't have a right winger. This has been the worst transfer window since Poch when we didn't buy anyone.
Still time, though. Still time. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
We've signed one player.
We signed 3 players. Well, we got 2 on loan.
We signed one player that's going to help our team.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Goyini could help our team in the future. Well, because next season.
Yeah, in the future, but that's not what the transfer window is supposed to be about. Especially when you're a team who's free falling down the table, you need signings to affect now to stop the free fall, not 2-3 years from now.
Yeah, like we still have the reports of Tomiyasu has been going on for like 6 weeks. Like it's been like 3 million off, trying to negotiate that £3 million for like the past like 6 weeks. Lately I just read a report or like an article that Tottenham, they bid like 20 million euros for like that Shakhtar Donetsk right back. You guys heard about that? What's his name? Dodo, I think his name is. Shakhtar Donetsk.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Brazilian guy.
That's the way Paratici, he kind of just likes to has like a bunch of different options, and then just like behind, on the low, he just bids, for that one player. And I guess he wanted it to be Dodo, but clearly 20 million euros wasn't enough. But yeah, we still need a right back. I mean,
what are we waiting for with Tomiyasu? Because apparently we were waiting for the Olympics stand, and the Olympics are already over.
I don't know.
I don't think we are. They're in for like Milikovic, and it's between Tomiyasu and Milikovic. Personally, I'd rather have Tomiyasu.
Oh yeah, I like Tomiyasu.
I want to see Spurs play a 3-4-3. That's what I want to see Spurs play. And with Tomiyasu on that right hand side, Romero rounding out the middle with Romero
you
and
want
Rodon.
Tomiyasu at the center back?
Yeah, right center back in the back three.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I think I'd have him as a right back, and I think we'd sell Serge Aurier as well. But I think you might have something to say to American Top.
Gil, I think Gil has potential. I just don't think Gil is good for us now. I think it's a wasted signing.
Tottenham are always looking for the future.
Who do you think we should have gotten then? Well,
Leon Bailey. It would have been an amazing signing.
I'm sure Leon Bailey wants Champions League football.
He's playing for Aston Villa. They're below us. Aston Villa bought him for 30 million pounds. We don't need. Yeah.
I feel like every time I've seen us go for someone in the window,
and we spent pretty much close to 30 million on Gil or Hill. So
another one who I would have liked as well was I forgot his name. He plays in the Bundesliga for Mönchengladbach.
Thuram? Who? Thuram?
Yeah, no, not Thuram. Honestly, I can't remember his name, but his father played professional for France.
Yeah, Thuram. Yeah, Marcus Thuram.
Yeah, Marcus Thuram. Yeah. I would have liked him more than Brian Gill, but I like Brian Gill. I actually like him, and I think he has good potential for the future. But I don't think he'll be starting straight away. And I think he'll take a few Conference League matches.
I watched him in the gold medal match for Spain, and he looked great.
He was fantastic in that match.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, but what I want to know is if you're supposed to be this new Spanish superstar, right? Why can you not start at Sevilla and get loaned out to regulation sides and never start a single match in the Olympics in a U23 squad at the age of 20?
Was the Olympics U23? Because I saw Richarlison playing, and I swear he's not younger than 23.
Yeah, so anything for the Olympics is U23, but they're allowed 3 players over the age of 23.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's little exceptions. That's why Dani Alves played, and he's like 37.
Oh, yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, so each squad's allowed 3 players over the age of 23. That's it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that is a great question. Like, I'm curious to see Brian Hill play. I really want to see this kid play. Not because I think he's like this crazy kid, but I am more and it's not just because he's young. Like, I just want people to know it's not because he's young. I would rather see Dane Scarlett. I think Dane Scarlett has more potential than Brian Gill.
I think Brian Gill has more potential than Dane Scarlett. I love Dane Scarlett, but I think Brian.
I mean, Dane Scarlett is 3 years younger. That's a lot of time.
He's 17,
the thing is, Will,
yeah, that's a lot of time.
The thing is, Will, you could ask the same question about Joe Rodon. Why is he not playing? And he's the star.
I don't know. He started in the Euros for Wales.
Yeah, because Wales is Wales and Spain is Spain.
No one better.
But we're talking a U23 team in Spain. I'm not even talking about the senior men's team, right? This is the B squad, or not even the B squad. This is like the D squad for Spain And he can't start in the D squad for Spain.
But when you realize in the Olympic Spain team, like they had Marco Asensio starting on one wing, who's a Madrid player, and then the other wing, I think they had Dani Olmo, who played a lot of senior Spain.
And they had and in the middle
they do have two good wingers on with Asensio and then Dani Olmo on the other. So that's the only reason or only slack I can cut him. But other than that, I totally agree with you. His stats could be a lot better. And he's 20. We'll see, man. I have no idea what to expect of Brian Hill.
It could be great. I'm not saying he won't be great.
And they had Pedri as well.
I don't have confidence.
Pedri.
When I've watched him play, he is in Korean they would call him a ramen nembi. So that's a ramen noodle pot. And it's made out of a thin aluminum, kind of like a tin can.
Yeah.
And so it heats up really quick and cools down really fast. So he's kind of like this. He's just a flashy player. To me, he reminds me a lot of Dele Alli. But not on the positives.
Yeah, when I see Brian Hill, he's it's always 0 to 100. It's not like either he gets the ball and he's attacked. He doesn't really know how to kind of control the pace and kind of control the tempo of the game. He's just getting a guy, just get the ball, attack the fullback. Sometimes his final decision making is not that great, but he's extremely raw talent. And he is 20 years old, but again, there's a bunch of 20-year-old that is very composed on the ball. But we'll see. We'll see with Brian Gill. It is a big risk because at the end of the day, we did pay a lot for this kid, 27 million pounds, plus Eric Lamela, who's I don't know, maybe 7 million pounds or whatever.
It's an improvement though from Eric Lamela, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I have to do this super sticker from Gogoma. It's like a hippopotamus, and he's like, I don't know what that is.
I'm gonna go on YouTube to check out what
he's doing. Be careful. Yeah.
You're gonna be confused.
Also, his position, again, he's a left winger with a left-footed left winger, right? Or no? Yeah, he's a left-footed left winger, which is obviously it is quite orthodox, and I guess that's what kind of makes him unique. In which all these fullbacks are so used to dealing with wingers who's trying to cut in, for the shot. But he's a player that kind of cuts out, tries to and cross the ball in. So his orthodox kind of makes him a bit unique. But I hope he can play right wing. I mean, I know he plays left wing and all, but a right wing is so weak, and then so we'll see, man. We'll see.
But he's only averaging he only averaged 36% of his time in the Olympics.
Yeah, man, but we'll see. It's a big season for a lot of players. Steven Bergwijn, it's a big season for him.
I hope he does well.
I
think he's got potential to solidify himself. He needs to. Which preseason game was it where he was through on goal, then he passed it to Sonny for a goal in the preseason match, just easy.
Oh, Bergwijn, yeah.
And I was like, come on, man, take on that shot. It's preseason. Gain some confidence. I was like, that made me a little worried that he doesn't have confidence in himself.
I think it was MK Dons or something.
I was like, that really bothered me. It really bothered me.
But he also scored a goal against Chelsea, which was
he did.
Yeah, that was
taking on Trevor Chalobah.
That made me feel
quite
better.
Fortunate the finish because it was a weak finish and Mendy did an atrocious.
It was through his legs,
job.
wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was the shot was bad, but the dribbling was good.
Yeah. It was also on his weak foot, right? He's right-footed and he shot it with his left foot. So
that's another thing. Another thing is also that I just think our club is full of confident players.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think our squad is full of confidence players. If their confidence is high, then they'll perform greatly. If their confidence is low, then they won't perform. I think that we need to fix that mentality. You know,
That's
like
like
That scares
that's
me.
yeah.
That
It's
scares
like high
me.
highs and low lows with a lot of
Like,
players.
yeah.
Just
in the
like
league
Aurier.
himself, he's only
Aurier
had
is just like
54
that.
appearances ever for the
Oh,
league.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's like a season and a half. So very, very few top flight experience.
Have you
6
guys seen
goals
the?
and 4 assists out of 3,000 minutes. It
No,
like I said, for me, it's a light replacement with Lamella.
yeah, but have you guys seen the video of him and other Tottenham players having a laugh at the Tottenham Hotspur training ground?
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of those videos. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's nice to see them settling in. But
I'm also surprised we haven't sold many of the Deadwood players that we have.
I mean, we sold Lamella.
I heard, I swear to God, we were going to sell Winks and Aurier. Like they're like
I
bids
thought we
are
were gonna
about to.
sell Sanchez to Sevilla. They were really interested
Okay.
in him.
I really thought we were going to sell Winks and Aurier though. There were their bids like accepted. Aurier was going to go to like, I think maybe in
PSG were interested
Middle
in him.
East something. Winks is going to go to Southampton or something like that. But why can't? We're stuck. We're stuck with these players. No one want. I guess no one really wants them because we haven't
So
sold.
look,
them.
as long as we don't
They're-
start offering them more contracts,
they're
that's-
available. Yeah, that should be the dire.
But he's actually
clock is,
for Gil.
dire
He's
clock is
actually
resetted.
he's actually scored more as a right winger than he has as a left winger.
Do you guys think that Eric Dyer is being favored to stay at Tottenham for the rest of his career just because of the comment that he made that he wants his ashes to be sprayed on top of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
It shouldn't. It shouldn't matter, but who knows? Our fucking clowns are running our club, so
I think it could be a thing that they're like, oh, he loves the club, he wants to stay, let him stay, and then the other players running him up. I don't like the Eric Dyer at all. I don't even think center back is his best position. I think he's better at a CDM.
He's just-
I don't think he's good enough for our team. Period. But
Yeah, but
no, I don't.
I don't think a lot of players are not good enough for our team.
It's clear that these players have been available to sell, but no one really wants them. So we're stuck with them for now, which really depresses me.
Scott says Sanchez is going to go to Chelsea.
Sure, man, they can take
Or
him.
no, go to Sevilla once Chelsea buy Koundé, I guess is what he's saying.
And then we could get. What about Zuma? What do you guys think about Zuma? Because Zuma's actually been one that we've
Take
been
him over
linked to
Dyer.
recently.
Yeah, exactly. I'll
Or
take,
that.
that's an easy one. I'd
Yeah.
take who is Boateng? I'd take Boateng over Dyer.
For sure.
Like I like so many options that we could just easily swap. I'll give you some cash plus Dyer. Come on, you don't want.
Right now we're in no better spot, right? We gave Toby Alderweireld, we sold him and brought in Romero. That's right now it's like for like. People could say that Romero may end up being a better center back than Toby moving forward, but he's only 23. He's never played in the Premier League before, so he's going to have a hard time. He's going to have some time adjusting to it. He may or may not. But Toby was Toby, and he wasn't as young anymore. And then we got rid of Lamella, who, while I didn't like him, has far more experience than Brian Hill has. And that's it. Got to upgrade in our backup keeper from Joe Hart to Golini.
I think Golini's for the future, though. I don't think he's going to be I don't think we're going to buy I think it's probably Lloris's last year. I don't think we're going to buy a number one keeper. I think Golini is going to step up into a spot.
If Burnley get relegated next season,
Whiteman becomes backup after that or something.
If Burnley gets relegated next season,
I'd love.
I would love their goalkeeper.
I love to see Burnley get relegated this
Nick Pope.
season. I hate Burnley.
Nick Pope, Nick Pope would be fantastic.
Isn't Nick Pope like 29 or 30 or something?
Yeah, he's pretty old.
Yeah, he's not
I
that
think
young, is what people.
He's about the same age as Lloris. I think he's only maybe 1 or 2 years
He's
different.
very close to Lloris's age. He may not look it, but he is. He's getting up there in age.
Yeah. Look, guys, I've got to go.
All right, Dan,
yeah.
promote your channel and let us know when you're next streaming next, and then hit the road.
Well, I'm actually going to be streaming next on Monday, which is where I usually always do my streams. You guys, if any of you guys want to come on, let me know on Twitter. I'm a DanTHFC. I do the streams on Monday, and people just hop on. So if you want to come on, then let me know on Twitter. But the name of my channel is DanTHFC. I upload on Mondays, as I just said, with people. That's the only day that I do like streams. The other day I do like recorded videos, and I just upload them after. So yeah, you guys can find me at DanTHFC.
All right.
Sounds good, my
guess
man.
See you later.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, Spurs. Always. Always.
Big game tomorrow. Huh?
I got
Can't wait.
a lot of confidence.
A lot of confidence.
I don't know why.
What's the score prediction?
I don't have a lot of confidence throughout the season, but for this game, I read a stat. The 3 games we played them at home is in the new stadium. We haven't conceded a goal.
Yeah,
So-
you'd get the same exact. Yeah.
Is that what you said earlier? Yeah.
Yeah, he said that.
You know what? Let's win it. I think we can win it tomorrow, and win it good, like 2-0, and then in not many close chances. Because De Bruyne's not playing, right? De Bruyne's not playing tomorrow.
Yeah, but I mean, their team is still pretty dang good.
Oh no, yeah, their bench can walk into our team 100%, 100%, no doubt about that.
Yeah, I mean, 2-0 seems pretty good. Are you not afraid about the Sanchez Dyer?
I've gotten so used to it. It's almost. I'm hoping they can pull one out of their pocket like they did against. Basically, the performance they did in the Carabao Cup, except without Sanchez turning his brain off for 30 seconds. I'm hoping that could be their performance. Because if Dyer starts, although how much I do not like him to start and play, and he loves Spurs and he'll give his heart out for the team and he'll go hard. She probably will start. I mean, that's not who I want to start, but he probably will start tomorrow.
Yeah, I think for sure it's gonna be Sanchez and Dyer. If Romero is not fit to play, I don't think
he's even ready, to be honest.
doesn't have any chance of starting.
I think it was the first 5 games. The first 5 games we have, I saw it and I said I'll be happy with 9 points out of the first 5 games because the other 2 games are, I think it was Chelsea and Man City. I'm like, we could definitely lose those. But the rest of them in between.
I know we have
we should
Wolves
win them.
next. We have Wolves next, and I don't know the other game, but I know we have Wolves next.
Yes, well, yeah. Like we can do I'll do 9 points out of 15 right there. Looks like Arsenal's going to go 0 for 3 basically, which is great.
It's just it's all
Love to
about
see them bottom of the table, 20th spot going into.
Oh yeah, they're gonna go. They're not winning Chelsea or Man City. No,
no, they're not winning.
no way.
The top 4 hopes is finished in 2 weeks.
What are the
But,
fixtures after that though? I mean,
Yeah, so we
literally-
have Wolves, Watford, Crystal Palace, Chelsea.
Okay, yeah. So those 3 games.
We should get 9. It'd be great if we can get like 11 or more. Like ties. Obviously, I want us to win tomorrow, but you never know. It's Man City, so
That's what it's all about. Like all I want is if we're playing against teams like Wolves or Crystal Palace, it's just to get a win. If you're not going to get a win, like a draw is not good enough. Like,
I remember it was like 2015-16 season or something like that. 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, those 3 seasons. Like I just we got Crystal Palace tomorrow. That's fine. 3 points. Like I was so confident. Like we're just gonna get 3 points easy, no problem. Now it's like, oh crap, we have Crystal Palace. Tricky game. It's gonna be a tricky game tomorrow.
Arsenal could literally go with 3 points all the way to the 20th of November.
Oh man, I would.
So like their fixture list is.
What happened? I know they weren't like. I swear I saw Aubameyang and Alba play in the preseason. They got hurt in preseason. I guess.
I just think they probably got in trouble again, and what's his name sat him out.
I I feel like yeah, they got like some COVID protocol. They probably did something
Maybe.
stupid.
They played in preseason. I was like,
Yeah, they both played in preseason. The match right before this, they both played.
I saw some Sky Sports tweet saying they could. It's always Sky Sport. They just talk shit. But they're saying maybe they sell him 1 year after he signed his contract extension. Sell him Aubameyang. So that'd be kind of hilarious. That'd be hilarious.
I mean, who's gonna buy him? The man is like on like 350,000 pounds a week.
It's ridiculous.
He's old too.
That's the thing.
I watched that video Arsenal put out of him when he signed a new contract, and he's like, I watched that and I was laughing. He was like, I want to be a legend like Thierry. I want to be a legend like Vieira. I'm like, who do you think you are? Like, you're very good, but like you're not anywhere near.
I mean, listen to their fixture list. Listen to their fixtures all the way through November, right? End of November. So they got Chelsea, City. Okay, so Norwich, that's probably 3 points.
Okay.
Then Burnley, that's maybe 1, not a guaranteed 3 out of Burnley.
I hate Burnley.
Right. Then they play us, right?
We're winning.
We have them away on the 26th.
Walking the
Brighton, that's not a guaranteed 3 points. Palace, that's not a guaranteed 3 points. Villa, that's not a guaranteed 3 points. Leicester, that's probably 3 points dropped.
Yeah,
Watford, after watching them today, now granted if they continue to do that, that's not a guaranteed 3 points, but that's their first actual win. And then they have Liverpool, and then Newcastle United, Everton, Southampton, West Ham, Leeds, all the way up till Christmas. So, I mean, they could literally be sitting on like maybe 12 points by Christmas. It'd be great.
Beautiful. I would love that, man. I swear to God. AFTV and chill every week. Oh, my goodness.
They could literally be on 12 points at Christmas.
Yeah.
Norwich. Yes, I don't care. Norwich.
That guy, Ben White, that dude does not look solid at all.
I'm sure you guys already talked about this before I even came. I need to ask. I feel like I'm going absolutely crazy. Watching other channels, nothing to do with Tottenham. Other channels like I don't know whoever, talking about the Kane saga, the transfer, all that. And seriously, I'm here, like scratching my head how a lot of these, and most of them are English. They're saying that there's no way Kane is worth like 250 is way too million to ask for Kane. Like he's like 125, 130 million player. Like so if you think if Grealish. Let's just do like by ratio. If Ben White's 50, if Grealish is 100, what's Kane? Kane is, I would say, twice. Honestly, I'd say Kane is. If you just talk to me, forget about prices. Kane's twice the player as Grealish, in my opinion. He's just twice the player. I'm not saying twice the price, but I seriously believe he's like twice as good as him. Whatever metric you want to use.
So 160 for
Kane
me.
is easily worth 150 million, and all these. Transfer Sky Sports and YouTube channels are saying, "Oh, Spurs are asking way too much for Kane." It's like just meet in the middle at 120. I'm like, no, pay him what he's worth. Pay us what he's worth. And obviously, he's been unsettled at the club for a couple of years now. I'd be willing to go for 150. I would, but all these, I don't know what are people saying. If Grealish is 100 million. Kane's easily 150.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what these people are talking about. I feel like
the transfer market has them at 108 million pounds, but they had Jack Grealish.
If Ben White's 50,
are you kidding? The transfer market is constantly like low balls. These players,
especially for there's the English player premium and
White is 50 million.
They probably have Grealish at like 70 million pounds. So,
at 58.
I've been going with
exactly.
I've been losing my
60
mind.
million.
You pretty much only have my half of the value as well, man. It all depends on what the team is willing to pay for you. And I feel like, when it comes to Sky Sports and all these other like Talk Sport, whatever, they all want Kane to leave. They all feel like, Tottenham is not utilizing Kane to the best of his ability. They all want Kane. Like, how would it feel if like Kane is like the poster boy, the golden player, the golden child? He's like the Wayne Rooney of this era, English captain, and then he goes the whole season without winning a trophy. I mean, it doesn't look good on them because they praise Kane a lot. So also they want Kane to win trophies. Like, Yeah, it's like a propaganda. They want to see Harry Kane go, which is why they're constantly saying they want
Did you guys
Tottenham
watch
to accept a low offer.
not too long ago? I think Sky Sports released it. It was that fan talk with Jamie Carragher, Gary
Yeah,
Neville,
overlap.
and-
Mm.
Oh, that's what
I
it was.
watched
Yeah,
the
that's what
first
it was.
episode. I haven't
Did you watch
watched the
it?
second episode yet.
Wow. Gary, let's just say, Gary Neville really wants Kane to leave. He was like saying he was defending like the gentleman's agreement, and he was saying like obviously he wants to go and release him for 100 million and all that stuff. Like this dude is walking propaganda, just like you said. He's walking like let Kane go. He doesn't want to be here. He hates us. It's like you need to be quiet and commentate the games that you're assigned to, because I'm over it.
Yep, for sure.
I mean, yeah, man, that's Kane's buddy. He wants to see Kane.
He was insinuating like, there's obviously some stuff going on in the background, and we're like, no shit. Like, duh. I mean, he signed a 6-year deal when he probably was told we're keeping Poch. Poch has a plan. We're going to fund Poch. Now he's gone through 2 coaches. Now he's with Nuno. And so, yeah, of course he's not, it isn't what he signed up for, but, your stupid brother doesn't know how to be a proper manager and didn't put a release clause in. So you signed what you signed, and it's your fault at this point. It is.
But I do understand what you're saying. Yeah, it is his fault for signing that contract that gives Levy all the
Really
bargaining
his brother
power.
too.
Yeah, but like, I still don't think a contract always has to be honored. I mean, contracts are meant to be broken. Signing a contract does not mean that you have no choice. You have to play for this team no matter what situation. I mean, like, contracts are meant to be broken. Contracts are there so then Tottenham gets something from selling Harry Kane. So like, again, if Harry Kane wants to leave, I'm one of those people that like, listen, if he wants to leave, he's not happy at this club. And
I agree with you. But release him at the price he's worth. I'm not gonna. If I was Daniel Levy, I have no remorse. I have no hatred toward Daniel Levy right now in this particular situation with Harry Kane, not wanting to release him. Harry Kane is not worth 120 million. There's no way.
I totally agree with you.
No way.
Yeah.
So
if we get a £150 million bid though, or a 160, and he declines it, then I totally understand where Harry Kane is coming from.
160. I think even 150 is a bit short. 150 plus a player, I would be okay with. 160 cash.
But at this point, he wants to go. I mean, like that. I know. It's not. If he wants to go, okay, sell him for a whole bunch cheaper. But
right. I mean, if you're gonna sell him for 100 million, you might as well just wait till next year and you can sell him for 100 million. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's what I'm saying. Kane wants the Premier League goal scoring record. He wants it. He wants to beat Shearer. So he wants to stay in the Premier League. So this year he's most likely gonna stay with us. I don't think it's gonna fall through in the next 2 weeks. He's gonna try his best with us. He's gonna score as many goals as he.
And apparently he's gonna sign a new contract.
He wants that record. He wants that record.
I think that has more to do with like a release clause. He's gonna sign like an extension in that
new
contract. Release clause.
Like a release clause on it, right?
Whatever.
So like,
and probably more pay to stick around for another year or something like that. I say it's why you'd have to be a fool if you're Daniel Levy to sign if he's only going to sign a 3-year contract, because he's got 3 years left. So why would you're basically just letting him sign a new contract?
He knows what he's doing when it comes to.
I guess it kind of keeps both parties happy. At least for Kane's sake, there's hope, knowing that if you
Laporte's worth
play at the high level you're supposed to be playing at, then But I think for Kane understands that next year he's not going to be the main prize. You're going to have Kylian Mbappe, who's going to have what? I think Kylian Mbappe's on a free next year. And then you're going to have Erling Haaland that's going to have a release clause of like 60 or 70 million pounds, which are going to be, honestly, above Kane in the pecking order. They're going to be much more valuable to City and much more attractive. The truth of the matter is, and I think Kane does understand. I think that thought is kind of creeping into his mind.
Well, at that point, if he comes down to the price of 100 million, around that price in the next year or two, that allows more clubs to be able to buy him. I could see Liverpool cashing out 100 million for him. I could see.
Do you really
United?
Do you really see
exactly see United doing that? When it comes to that point, I feel it's not just City at that point or Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United come into that picture. Maybe even Leicester, maybe like
but
I don't think you go to
fringe,
Leicester though.
Yeah, but I think Kane
I know that's why
wants.
I say that.
I think Kane only wants Man City though, because that's a guaranteed place to win trophies. It's a guaranteed Premier League.
Is it
title.
guaranteed though?
I mean, with
in
Lukaku
some
coming
respects,
to Chelsea,
I'd say yes. I actually would say
City
yes.
or
guaranteed.
Chelsea looks like they're probably. I to be honest with you, I got Chelsea winning the league this year.
I have them too.
As much as I hate saying that.
No, you don't need to say that. It's just realistic. I have Chelsea winning the league 100%. I have Chelsea. I actually have City, Liverpool, Man United. That's what I have for my top 4.
I have Chelsea, City, and United to battle out for second spot. I think it's going to be closer between those two. And then Liverpool and us going for the 4th spot.
You don't think Leicester can?
I have us
fourth?
finishing 6th.
How about Leicester?
They didn't impress me today.
No, they didn't. They could have easily been a draw with Wolves. Wolves should have scored in the later.
Yeah.
in the-
Didn't impress me at all with Wolves. And Leicester is one of those finicky teams. They can come out and they could lose to us 3-1 in our weakest point in time.
Or choke a 2-1 lead in the last game
Or
of the
go out
season
and
for
beat
Champions League.
Liverpool 3-0.
Champions
You know what I
League
mean?
spots.
It's ridiculous. They're a ridiculous team. They're very much a unpredictable.
Yeah, I mean, it's the back line for Leicester, like especially with Wesley Fofana and Johnny
Love
Evans
Mr.
being
Kane,
out.
but I don't
I
think
mean, that
Kane's scored
dude-
50 goals this season.
50
Yeah,
goals, holy
100%,
shit.
100%. I mean, that dude, Amarte, that guy made so many mistakes today for Leicester. That, like, Adama Traore, he had an open one-on-one. You know, Adama Traore doing what he does
Traore's
best.
not-
Anyway, though.
Missing.
I hate when people say we should get Traore. I've seen that
He can't
thing thrown
finish.
around. He's horrible.
No, I don't want
Horrible.
Traore.
If he was not fast, he would literally be in championship level, 100%. He's just really fast and strong. Besides that, his touch is pretty
he's-
bad. His
nah.
finishing's horrible.
I don't like these kind of players in which they have to work on their final third decision making. You know, these players like Adama Traore or even Ismail Sarr from Watford, who had a good game today for Watford. These players that are kind of rash in the final third, I don't really like these kind of players because it's really hard to kind of work on that. Like even a guy like Lucas Moura, man's like 29 years old and it looks like he's finally getting better at that final.
Yeah, I think Lucas is a great finisher, actually.
No, but I mean like his decision making, like when to release the ball, you know, putting
yeah.
that final.
Sometimes he
weighted
dribbles
ball.
too much. Yeah,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
those
I agree with
things
you.
take too long to try and develop, and I don't.
I really think Lucas can be a really good player for us this season. I don't know why I'm just falling into the preseason hype. He just looks really good. You know, he really seems to have that passion for Tottenham, and he always is hyper and fun, and he's always, you know, I really think he can him, Bergwijn, and I hope Rodin really becomes a solidified center back. Keep your eyes on Rodin sort of guy. Those 3 players are definitely my 3 to like most improve, and you know, you're just regular starting 11 without a doubt, without thinking about it. You're in 11.
I hope Reguilon
and Skip
gives more of like an offensive presence, because we all know he's great going forward. I want to see him, you know, add more goals and assists to his game. Maybe not goals, but more assists.
Goals too.
Because
I
we
mean,
know defensive-
when he played for Sevilla, I think he scored 4 or 5.
Yeah, he was an amazing. I think
Well, we're not
like,
going to get it with Ben Davies. We'll tell you that.
it's
So.
the Premier League. You know, the Premier League is too physical, man.
I don't think it is. I think it's the fact that we're not playing it. That's what I really want to see. I think we'd be far more dangerous team playing in a 3-4-3.
Yeah, just give it him. Just only attacking.
What is Doherty starting right wing back in that?
No, I think you'd have, especially if you had someone like Tomiyasu, Reguilon, or even
Kinda more
having.
like a-
I think
like a
even having
lopsided.
like Steven Bergwijn play as a right wing back.
Has he
Would
done that
be.
for us? I feel like he's done that for us.
I don't
Only
know.
twice.
He's played
No?
on the right a couple times.
He
He
hasn't
looks
played
like a
back?
right wing back when he plays right wing, but I don't think he's played right wing back. But no, I mean, yeah, for me, I think we need a world class winger. Especially if we're gonna play in a 4-3-3. Right, if Højbjerg is gonna be our Henderson, we need Son on the left, another world class winger on the right, and then it really doesn't matter who we have playing up the middle. Just somebody who's a little bit more creative. It could be a Martinez. Heck, it could be, Lo Celso. Heck, it could be Dele Alli. Right, all you need is someone who can link into Son and the guy who plays on the right. I mean,
Right.
Liverpool doesn't have a striker. Firmino's no
What?
striker.
I didn't watch much of the championship last season. I just saw like Twitter highlights and posts. What's Skip's like MO? Is he like more defensive? Is he just a better Harry Winks, good distribution, like a way better?
Just a better Harry Winks.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, he's not quite a Højbjerg. He's definitely more. He can go forward better than Harry Winks can. To be honest with you.
Okay. Good.
For Norway, I would say he would be
Center mid, like right in the middle.
he's
Not attacking, not
he's a
defensive.
strong number 8. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
From the
hope-
preseason, I can see Højbjerg becoming more involved in the attacking part of the game. Like with Oliver Skip, I kind of feel
Like he did in the Euros with
like in the
Netherlands.
Euros, he had like 3 assists. He was
but those knockout well, he had 4 goals and I think a few assists for us last season. So,
If Kane eventually
not
goes and
okay.
Lloris gets too old for us or whatever, you think he gets the captain arm badge? Højbjerg?
Yeah, probably if Son doesn't, if they don't give it to Son, or I mean, yeah, when you think about
I kind of like
maybe
the
Dyer.
idea of having the captain arm badge, someone in the middle of the park, defensive, calling out. Sonny just let Sonny run, let him score the goal. I feel like he might not have the best, because
I mean,
he's from
Højbjerg
Korea,
should be the captain. He
the
definitely has what it
communication
takes.
with the people. I kind
Yeah.
of like the idea of a captain, defensive mid, calling out where to go, all that.
Yeah.
I like that idea because 3 years here, I think he'll still be with us because we really like him. I think he likes it here.
Definitely, he's a captain. Like just
Yeah,
waiting.
he definitely has that. You can see.
It's one of those things where it's like, whether he's captain or not, whether he's the official captain, he's always going to exert, his captain attributes and traits. So I'm not really too worked up about who got the nice shiny armband. It's just do your just showcase your leadership and just whether you're the captain or not. I mean, Harry Kane doesn't have the captain armband, but you see him having those pre-game speeches you see from the documentary. So
Yeah.
it's whatever at this point.
Oh,
It's good to see Josh Sargent play for Norwich today, even though they got their
I
butts
know. Did you see their chanting USA at 50 minutes? Like
kicked.
USA,
To have him
like
bring
bring
him,
him
he
in.
didn't come on to the 70th minute or something like that.
Yeah, I know.
70
It took a while. It took before he got on there. I heard
He had one
I
shot. I
think-
remember he had one shot later on.
It was a pretty decent attempt too. It was it was off, but I mean, he's playing Liverpool, right?
USA.
I mean,
He's playing Liverpool.
It's so funny.
It is what it is.
But I think it'll be a good
Impressed with,
experience because I haven't been impressed with Josh Sargent, to be honest with you. So
No, I
seeing him get this chance, I think is far better than playing. Playing for a bad team in the Prem is a lot better experience than playing for a bad team in the Bundesliga. So it's a move up for him. So
I think he played for Werder Bremen or something.
yeah, they got relegated, so Norwich bought him.
Oof.
What was I gonna say? Were you impressed by Max Aarons, or are you just going through the flow?
I only watched the second half. I honestly didn't even think about that. If I didn't notice it, probably wasn't that impactful.
Yeah.
He was okay. He went off, right?
Yeah. I didn't see much.
Like
of
he
it.
got subbed off, you mean?
Yeah, he got subbed off in the second half.
Probably, yeah. I wasn't too focused on the Liverpool game. I mean, Mo Salah is doing what he does, just being effective.
That's just the way that Liverpool does it. Liverpool is such a weird team. They don't ever dominate the whole game. They'll have spurts where they'll score 3 goals in 15 minutes, and then it'll be nothing for the rest of the 45. I mean, it's like they just have these I don't know if they do that intentionally, like they save up their strength and then they just have certain moments in the match where the Klopp is like, "Ow," and they just go. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, but they do that all the time.
I mean, they're effective, man. That's the thing. They're effective. I'll say give it a little bit of time when they kind of get into the groove, and I think they're going to start to dominate.
I think Liverpool will be better than people think, because I think they're like all last year, like, oh, it's Van Dijk injury, but no one really thinking like Mane had a really bad season last season too. Firmino was just Firmino, who was off and on. If Mane can click on and you have Virgil van Dijk, like that's like 5 extra wins for them last season if they had those two players actually being effective. So I think Liverpool's they going a little bit under the radar this season. I have them finishing third, just behind Man City. But
final thoughts, folks. It is midnight.
Wow.
Time to go.
9 o'clock for me.
9 o'clock for you. You're just getting started, my friend.
I know, yeah.
You need to start a
Final
West
thoughts?
Coast channel, and then you can rock it out with the
I always think
overseas
about all
folks.
if there are any fans in Hawaii,
Pacific.
because they're like 2 hours behind me, so they're like waking up. They're not waking up. I guess they're staying up for like 2 a.m. games. I guess.
And like
that's
for like
weird thinking
Gogoma,
about.
it's 2 or 1 p.m. for her in Korea. So if you were to start now, you could run from like 1 to 4 for the Pacific guys.
Let's see. Final thoughts for me. Just tomorrow, go with that confidence. It's our. We can win. They're not this unbeatable force. We beat them many times before. Goals for the season definitely should be. I keep hearing these reports that people keep turning us down because they want Champions League. Well, that should be our. As much as I've never seen Tottenham with the trophy, but I'd say let's make a priority number 1 getting Champions League, and let's sign those players that would have came if we got Champions League for the future. So that's my take on season goal and tomorrow's goal.
And Abdul, what do you got going on? You're going down to Scotland Yard tomorrow to meet Mr. Cody Mack, Brian Daigle, Brian Ireland, and who else is
That's all I know.
Dietrich's going down there? He's from Toronto. Who else? Eunice is out west.
Is
so he's not
there's a
from
little
Toronto.
get together in Toronto? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is awesome. I'm so happy for you guys.
Sports bar. I haven't been there before, so definitely be my first.
Where do you live?
Toronto.
You're in Toronto. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So
I'm in Atlanta now, so
ATL, big A.
ATL.
But
But the supporters club is an hour away from me.
Hour away.
That's not too bad.
To get up at 11 o'clock in the morning, you drive an hour on a Sunday at 11 o'clock, dude? No, man. I've been up here streaming. I'll probably sleep till dang near 10.
Might as well just stay up and just.
Maybe for the 3 p.m. games, I'll head down there.
I only live about 10 minutes from our supporters bar, so I got.
What's what I was hoping? For in Greensboro, I was maybe 25, 30 minutes, and I probably only made it to like 4 matches.
Yeah.
And now I got to go an hour.
We just got our chairman just got a message from there's a new Long Beach Spurs just became a thing, and they have an official partnership with the bar. So we're gonna try and do little collabs with them. Hopefully,
I have to do. Maybe I should start like Duluth Spurs or something like that, because that's where I'm
Do
at.
it.
Is Duluth.
Do it.
Northeast, and then just get some of those guys, like be a sub branch of the Atlanta Spurs group. And we can do
is it
smaller
true or not,
meetup.
Will, you may know this. To become an official Spurs supporter, whatever town, city, you have to get approved by at Tottenham. Is that true?
Yeah.
You have to get So
And you have to do a certain amount of outreach,
I don't know what that process is
charity or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
So go for it. That'd be so awesome. You have your own supporters club. That'd be great, Will.
That's too much work, dude.
Yeah,
I already
right.
have it. I could do in like 6 hours.
I know.
6
You have
videos
your
a week,
company.
6 times 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? He's always in and out.
He's out. Irish goodbye. It was an Irish goodbye for him. There he is.
I'm sorry, I interrupted your outro there, Abdul. So.
Oh, Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, like let's start the season off on the right foot. You know, hopefully we can have the same start like how we had last year. You know, same first half. Let's go out there with a win, man. Let's you know, because what you don't want to do is get slapped by Man City first game of the season, because you know Talk Sport and everything's gonna be on our ass. You know, talking about you know, this is a glimpse of Tottenham without Harry Kane and all this dark cloud. So let's just start off on the right foot. You know. Let's give Nuno some support, because a lot of people are ready to get on Nuno. A lot of people are not happy with the Nuno appointment, but, you know, winning solves everything. Winning is the best remedy. So let's start off on the right foot, you know. Yeah, if you want to catch me on Twitter, simply, you know, AbdulKareem_15, you know. Recently, I've been starting to get back on my Twitter fingers. So, but yeah, man, happy to go to the Scotland Yard, I think it's called. Yeah, man. And let's go, man. Let's go.
And you'll find Abdul's face here most often. Sometimes he's on other channels as well, but he's this seems like this is a time that works best for him.
Yeah.
On these late night rant shows. But we will be streaming tomorrow night between 9 and 10 Eastern time, depending on when my wife lets me escape from doing things. But she literally, I sat down, started doing stuff for the stream tonight. She's like, let's go to Walmart. I'm like, I can't have a stream in like 35 minutes. She's like, wow. So I'm like, it's literally like 8:45 and you're like, let's go to Walmart. And you could have said, I've done nothing. I've been sitting at home all day. It's like anytime I come into the study, it's like
let's get it, man. 2-1 win tomorrow. 2-1. I'm gonna say obviously Heung-min Son scores 1. And I'm gonna say I wanna say Kane. Maybe because I have him on my fantasy team. And I'm hoping that, you know, he does something. Because a lot of people don't have Kane on their fantasy. So if Kane bags 2 goals,
the first time I did fantasy
that's
this
like
year.
16 points that no one else is gonna get.
Did you join the league, Ian?
I have a league with my friends at the Greyhounds, the LA Spurs bar. Is it too late to join? I don't know. Literally my first year, I don't have anything. I don't know how anything works. All I my friend told me was the triple captain Salah.
Yes, that's the code right there. You can join as many leagues as you want. I'm joining like 4
even
different
mid-season,
leagues.
like doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can join right now.
Anytime. You can join anytime. Join right now.
14I4M1. That's the league code. Just go to private.
Yeah.
Put up on your phone, Premier League.
Yeah, man.
Top 4 wins. Sure, you will be behind.
Damn.
But like I said, it's a long season, and you think that 60 points would be nothing, but I've jumped 100 points in the rankings, and I've dropped 100 points in the rankings.
It's about using like the triple captain and the bench boost at the right time. Use it like, because sometimes on some fantasy leagues you'll get like a bunch of teams, a bunch of players that have like double game weeks. Those are like the perfect time to use your bench boost and your triple captain.
Yeah.
Right? These are all things I don't know. Hey, I already learned something.
Well, watch the channel, because I'm going to be doing FPL kind of like instruction videos at least 2 or 3 times a week, or not 2 or 3, at least 1 or 2 times a week, every week throughout the entire season. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head out, guys. Great stream, great talking with you guys, and tomorrow, let's go and get that win.
All right, man. Thank you very much, guys. Alejandro says he's in 3rd place at the moment. Stop the count. In America, that has a lot of hidden context. But good night.
Sure, I'll be on the post-game reaction, whatever. Yeah.
Post-match rant. We'll be doing that tomorrow.
Happy to. Yeah, man. All right, everybody. Peace out. Will Stewart. Have a great day, man.
Thanks, Abdul, for coming on.
Peace.
Appreciate it. Have a good night, folks. I did get to trim my beard. I found my beard trimmer after moving and getting all that stuff in. Finally find stuff. I should be able to shave the head tomorrow, and hopefully things will look good moving forward. Tomorrow I should have power cables and all that stuff. I'm actually surprised this camera lasted. I've reserved the battery a little bit. It's still battery only, but it's doing a good job. Folks, thank you for watching. Don't forget to check us out for the post-match show. That's going to be the big one with all of your favorite guests. And that'll be on probably between 9 and 10 p.m. Just depends on when I can jump away. I always like to try to start it at 9 o'clock, but it always seems to be a little bit too early. People are still moving around in the house. But 9:30 would probably be safe. But just check your notifications. Make sure you hit that bell. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Throw a like on the video if you haven't already. Got a lot of cool and fun stuff going on this season. Here on the channel, we are starting season 2. If you notice, we've got a new theme for our thumbnails, for our backgrounds, all the different shows that we've got going on. Also, too, want to thank our Patreon members: Spartan 7 Gaming, Wayne Bonner, Mama Coach, Sailor Agent, AG, Gogama, Tony Go, Alex Burleton, Bob Spur TV, and John. John, I have to add your name to the list. Don't think I have forgotten about you. I haven't. Also, to all of our YouTube members out there, all of our YouTube members that help support the channel on a monthly basis, as well as our Patreon members. You guys are all amazing and all of that stuff. The list of our YouTube members is, let's see here. I should just make a thing for that as well. But we got Scott M, who's in the chat. Williams Ranger, he just became a member 1 day ago. We appreciate you for that, Scott. The Yid Kid, who was on the show tonight. Wayne Bonner, Tony Go, Joe Lombardi, Danny Kiriakou. Sai says, Matt Hayes Tottenham blog was also on tonight. Thanks for coming on. And Mr. Ginty. You can get on to that program for a little, I think it's like $3.99 or something like that. Maybe $4.99. That little bit a month really helps the channel. And yeah. Appreciate all you guys for doing all that stuff. We do have the post-match show tomorrow. Coming this Monday. I don't know if we have any shows scheduled for Monday, but we should have the Bald and Bearded Tottenham Boys on Tuesday. We got a new overlay for that as well. The Bald and Bearded Tottenham Boys will be back. Where did that go? I don't think I've made thumbnails for that one yet, but I do have the backdrop for it. But also too, don't forget Mr. K. Let's talk 2K. He's in the chat right now. We'll be doing some more stuff for that as well. I plan on designing. So you saw a piece of the intro tonight. The new waiting on stream. I'm going to be changing that up a little bit. I'm going to be working on that, making it a little bit cooler. I want to change stuff up every season. Kind of have a theme each year. Watching the same stuff over and over again. Change the battery pack. Will do. But folks, thank you for watching tonight. You guys are awesome. Changing up the stuff each and every night or each and every season to make it more hip and hype for everybody going on. Don't forget, stay strong, stay Spurs. Love you guys. We will see you tomorrow night. Take it easy.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go now.